yeah, baby. That was dope. No lie.
It's a double kill for Jim.
Oh my God, Jim!
Pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire.
Right angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dart goes to 2-piece. Oh my God!
Trató de darle ese respetazo ahí consigue una pelota y rápido se voltea y se destaca na marotagem. Belo ângulo dele.
He's gonna be able to take out. Oh my God! Oh no! He was down to 1 second on the clock.
Já pegou bala na cara do Master. O Almairinho vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Vai tentar o tiro por e bomba! Vem! Clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
Square on the body that you hit. He no-scoped for Apollo right there. He no-scoped.
Queda solamente positivo por parte de repente, sigue la primera baja de este round. Se da cuenta que no
And a very good evening, EU. We are back for it. This is day 3, technically, of the Mobile Mayhem EU Spring 2022 qualifiers. As always, super excited to be here with you. It's going to be Verdict on the 1s, 2s. That's me, right? Yeah. I'm giving myself a shout out. What I should be praising. That's right. That is the sexier version of Jesus and Orlando Bloom. My guy, Gilmania, bro. How's it going, homie?
I'm doing quite alright, you know. A bit of a day today, but now we've come to, like you mentioned, day 3 of the EU qualifiers. I heard there was a lot of action that I unfortunately missed at first, but why don't you get us a quick recap on all that, Verdict?
So right now we're sitting at a little bit of a bracket, a double elimination stop bracket, and you know, two teams already going to go ahead and get that qualifying spot for today. Is we've seen 2 already drop. That is going to be Vitalium, THC. Actually, we've seen 4. Vitalium, THC, Stardust X, and Phoenix Network. Right now we're going to be playing 4 matches a day, and at the top side of the bracket, we've got Clash in Atlanta, as well as Portugal and Euro Elite. 2 of those teams, the winners of those 2 matches, are going to be guaranteed spots for Mobile Mayhem. And a rock solid start for both for all 4 teams so far. So, going to be an exciting one. We are going to go ahead and pull up the matches of the day so that everyone can see it on hand, not just hear it from the bot Verdict's mouth. Again, Clash in Atlanta going to be duking out here in the first game of the night. Euro Elite and Portugal for the second match. Third is going to be Lux Arterna and Sauna. This is an eliminating game. The loser is out. Exile and Apophis is going to be the last series of the night as well, too. So the lower two matches are going to be playing to stay alive. The top two are going to be playing for a guaranteed spot. So going to be an interesting one. I know NA was kind of lackluster, to say the least. Is that fair enough assessment?
Absolutely. I mean, when you get results as big as 250 to none, you can say that it was not necessarily the fairest matches that we've seen in the past, but you know, it is what it is. We talked about it there, and well, from the EU standpoint, I do notice that there's plenty more teams competing, and like you mentioned, 2 of those teams will secure their spot onto the next stage, while 2 others will have to say goodbye, right, on the lower side of the bracket.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm reading chat. That's right. I got my Nova jersey in for casting the Nova Championship Series, bro, and this thing fits like a glove. Like, it literally, like, kind of like, kind of a little flex there. You can see the arms, bro. I mean, they not what they used to be, but I promise you they still look pretty damn good even without the workout. So, Nova jersey fit nice. Got to give a huge shout out to Nova Esports. I know I saw them in chat. Huge shout out. You guys do it the best. They actually even sent me a mask, which I don't have with me, but it's kind of dope. It has Nova across the grill. Pretty damn dope. All right. We are geared up for it. We are ready to rock and roll as I do see the first series of the night starting to trickle into the lobby, Gil, and I'm taking a look at the best of 3. It is, again, going to be that Portugal or not Portugal, I'm sorry, but Clash in Atlanta matchup, which is actually going to start us off with a little bit of a firing range hardpoint.
Wait, you said on hardpoint that's on firing range, right? If I'm not mistaken, I have it right
that is
here.
correct.
Then on to S&D Crossfire. That's gonna be an interesting one, and a potential 3rd game of domination on Raid.
Yep, absolutely. Taking a look at the bans as well. We've got the SKS and Kilo out the door for both Clash and Atlanta, and that's going to leave the CBR to type whatever you can get your hands on. I know I've been trying to jump into multiplayer a lot more, especially with denominating. You already see that's a frustrating thing. So I know the M13 is a viable option. I know that I prefer to use like the ICR, but I don't know if some of these pro players are going to be, you know, a little bit, you know, on the shy side of, you know, getting away from that option. As you see me use it, it's not pretty. These players obviously could use anything and make it look good, but what looks good and what's viable are 2 totally different things. So we're getting geared up for it. Firing Range Harbor going to be the first of this series. And Clash is a returning Mobile Mayhem team in seasons past. Like, they have participated in multiple seasons. Based off what I've seen from them so far, I don't have any other reason to believe that they aren't going to be a shoo-in for this win. But Atlanta brings a certain element to the table where I've seen Saz perform. I haven't seen a lot of the other players perform as well. But could expect some high hopes from them. I mean, with a name like Atlanta, right? I mean, come on now. Who doesn't want to root for a team like that?
Yeah, it's something nice always to see some certain names pop off. And at the same time, like you mentioned, on the side of Clash, we got, for example, Raygox and Said that are players that I would be on the look for. But, you know, this is COD Mobile. Sometimes you get surprises. Today could be one of those days, but we'll have to wait and see for the first match that we are almost settled for everything to start. But while we wait, Verdict, you said that you've seen some shining looks on the side of Atlanta by Saz. And what would be some specific plays that you could remember from past matches from him?
Well, to be completely honest, I don't even remember which team he was on. I remember him being a part of a few Mobile Mayhem rosters, and maybe this is the same Saz, maybe it's not. Maybe I should have done my homework, but I just remember the name in general. I don't remember any particular plays from them. But again, you know, some high hopes considering that they've made it this far. Taking a look at the journey that they have made so far, they've got a bye in the first round. As a matter of fact, we didn't actually get to see them play, but they did beat Exile 2-1. Exile is the all-female EU team who bring a dynamic element to the scene that I am so looking forward to see if they actually pan out. So 2-1 win for Atlanta, 2-0 win for Exile over Stardust X, which again I believe was a forfeit. So not much of a challenge getting up to that day 2 scene, but certainly, you know, got their work cut out for them in that matchup. They're going to be in our 4th series of the night, which is going to be Exiled and Apophis. So I'm going to be excited about seeing that series as well. So I think the Portugal and Euro Elite one should be interesting because that 2nd series of the night, Euro Elite, also another late entry to last season. They kind of showed up and showed out and performed very well. As a matter of fact, they performed very well in other series, in other tournaments too. So going to be looking out for that one, as Portugal is going to be a newcomer to the scene. Obviously, we've got the likes of Angelita, who came through with a raid just a moment ago. Super huge shout out to Angelita coming through. Absolutely digging the vibes. I know your fans are ready to watch you rock and roll. It's going to be a 2nd series of the night. And should be probably going to be our marquee match of the night, if I'm looking at it correctly. Like Clash in Atlanta, I don't know too much about Atlanta. I know a lot about Clash. This one should be a Clash dub, but again, anything can happen, especially with, you know, qualifiers being just a toss-up across the board. And without further ado, I think we're ready to jump right into the action, Gil.
Yeah, lucky for us, no further ado, we're going to start right away onto Hardpoint on firing range. And why don't we jump over onto the side of Clash, specifically going with a Set, for example. Player, like I mentioned, that I've seen in the past do quite well. Unfortunately, like we all know, they had to go down and fight for their spot on 2 future scenarios of Mayhem. Immediately pushing onto the trailer, finds a kill but gets taken down. As per usual, every single member are you trying to pinpoint their own specific locations while not necessarily going inside of the kill, but making sure that in the future, whoever does get there is either an allied or a quick kill for them. On the top side of Metal, I see Saz, player over at the side of Atlanta, like I mentioned, not getting points, but making sure that whoever finds himself inside of the hill, he's immediately blasted. That's going to be a 5-piece for him, still being alive, going for the 6th one and getting it. Burdick Saz, that's a 6-piece over there for him.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of perimeter control. He's not really overextending and earning some streaks to go along with it. If he finds one more, he'll certainly find a Predator missile in his pocket. Mari's going to make the rotation bottom 10. Poor move right there. Ragox, I know that these call-outs are coming through. What is going on? Zed's going to be called out right there on the front side of trailer. And Saz, his rated terror is just going to continue to rain on now as P2 transitions are going to come through. You can see it. 17-4. Not a lot of traction on the hill. Obviously, these players are looking for the money, and the money is certainly going to be found here in this P2 Armory site now as the transitions are made. Points open for business, and that is going to be Atlanta with the initial hold there, as Saz does find yet again another kill inside trailer, looking for it outside. Ooh. My guy is 10 deep. Finally gets taken down there by Mari, but damage is done. Bro's already earned the streaks. He's got everything in his pocket ready to roll.
That was just brutal. Now he's going to be taken down twice in a row, but like you mentioned, the damage was done there. Had all the score streaks. The side of Clash finally finding themselves inside of the kill, but let's see how much damage he can do with that airstrike. Gets a kill, clears the point, and that's gonna be more in favor of Atlanta. This is what we're talking about. Maybe the story can't be told from the start. You gotta wait for it to actually begin. And in here, it's an even battle between the two of them, as we begin to see rotations towards P3. Going into the trailer, I see over at Barrels, Blends, currently with 5 kills, gonna be pushed by 2 players at once. Health is the one to clear that path. And once again, I want to say, Verdict, that I'm liking the way that Atlanta has been rotating from hill to hill here. And not only that, but they're also getting a really solid amount of control. Maybe the only issue that I've seen so far is the fact that Wayne not really doing as much as he would like, only with 3 kills for himself.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of OBJ time, so I mean, I guess that kind of counterbalances. But anytime you're like 3 and 9, you're triple negative, certainly can have an impact on the roster. You know, if you're feeding the other team an opportunity for them to get score streaks into the map like firing range, it certainly could, you know, pay out for the best if the opposing team has those set score streaks. We saw a cluster strike come through for Saz. He's burned all his. He's got a death machine ready to rock and roll for this P4 rotation. With 25 seconds left on the hill, plenty of time to scrap for, but it is going to be all Clash in the feed. It's going to be all Clash on the hill, so they're going to be able to extend that lead. As we see P4 Wood opening up here at about 20 seconds. Certainly could be a game changer for Clash if they're able to extend their lead even more. This is one of those hills in maps where the rotations kind of just like connect the dots. You get P2, you're almost a shoe-in for P3, and P4 is literally just a skip across the, you know, across the way. So the rotations are over. Clash are looking pretty solid as the setups are coming through. And Mari, 16 kills. Might have been griefed by Saz earlier, but is certainly streaking for himself. And here comes the operators here for Atlanta. They're going to go ahead and burn a few, maybe get a break here on this P4 site. Blends. Damn, homie. Just absolutely beaming. Takes the Purifier out, but is going to be finding his demise right there, too. So the break not going to come through for the side of Clash, and maybe a little bit of an equal opportunity here on this P4 rotation for Atlanta to even things up. Yo, did we lose it? Oh, I think we might have lost Gil. Did I lose voice? Oh, no, there we go. We're good. All right. Well, speaking of that, we're going to wait a few moments and go ahead and join in for a quick listen-in with the side of Atlanta while, you know, kind of things are kind of getting close into this P1 reset. See if they can bounce it back now as they found themselves at a little bit of a 63-point deficit. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and join in for a quick Atlanta listen-in.
Tunnel 1 HP, tunnel 1 HP, bottom 10.
They're in range, dead.
One shot to trailer, one shot trailer.
One shot, wait. On you, mid car, two.
I take.
One more. Behind you.
One see them, one see them.
One top 10. One top 10.
Mid.
One tower. He's going tower.
And get 15.
Come trailer through.
I got him. I point.
Bottom
See
10,
them,
bottom
see
10,
them. Dead.
Mid 2. Mid point.
Go live attack.
I go next. Get next.
3 mid, guys, they're next, bottom 10.
One top 10.
Watching tunnel.
One is next.
Tower dead.
Blatant trailer now, come.
Come on, guys. Come on, we got this.
Jeep.
Mid dead.
They're coming trailer.
Jeep dead, jeep, one jeep
One
dead.
is window.
Trailer.
One is
Trailer, two coming trailer, two coming, one more.
I take one. Two, another bottom 10. On copy one.
One copy. Go on, copy.
Bottom 10, going top.
I gotta tell you, this is starting to get a bit out of hand. P2 rotations don't fare the side of Atlanta, and Clash, as I had predicted earlier, just doing everything they can to close and take any kind of hope out of their life now as the P2 rotations are shut down. Clash 30 seconds in, 30 seconds uncontested, and it is just not looking better as the hill progresses. Two players making the push in, the operator starting to come into play, but they're not even going to get any kind of value out of it other than the Purifier, which finds only 2 before it gets shut down. So P2 a lockdown for Clash, and Clash are looking solid. Atlanta, they might have had a strong start, but have been anything but strong since Gil.
Yeah, the fact that they're getting the kills, but not necessarily any value off of them. You're gonna see players like Saz being 28 and 13, like Meta with 22 to 17, but the timer, only 1 second for Saz is clearly not gonna do the job for the side of Atlanta. Like you mentioned, Clash has done a way better job at not only getting the kills, but also getting the control inside of the objectives. Like right now, we're gonna have Gone with 20 kills going for some more. There's gonna be 2 players with a pistol. Does a lot of damage, Goon, but ends up getting taken down. Doesn't matter too much. He still was able of hurting them a lot. Now gonna be taking the Annihilator for a ride. Gone with Annihilator, gonna find one, misses the first shot, tries to get inside of the trailer, not being as easy as he would have liked, but there, finds the first kill, clears this path. Now gonna be waiting for the next victim. That is gonna be joining in there. Misses the 2 shots, gets taken down. That's pretty unfortunate for Gone. Then really good push by Saz, but once again, Saz finds himself with a kill. Immediately bounces outside of the kill. And that would be understandable if you were winning, but given the fact that you're losing by over 100 points, you need way more than only getting the kill and running out of that place.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's one thing of finding the kill and getting the break, but it's got to stick. Those last 15 seconds could have been an opportunity for them to kind of close that gap. Granted, it's a 100-point deficit. When you're looking at the grand scheme of things, like, what is 15 points to 100? Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it has to start somewhere. And that was an opportunity for Atlanta to make their comeback. And in reality, it was a missed opportunity. And, you know, the side of Clash, they're going to make you pay for it. They do. They get the break. They get the hill. They get that last little bit of 10-second trickle time that came along with it. They're looking to extend their lead. They're doing it inch by inch, which is obviously a great position for them because they only need 40 points. And in a P4 rotation, a P1 site, coming through on a second time reset, they might even be able to close it out here if they can keep the contest out. The streaks are coming through. Clash are looking solid. And with literally 27 seconds left to go, the contest finally comes through. I think the side of Atlanta have realized that they need to contest here on this P4 site. And I think it might be a day late, dollar short kind of opportunity for them.
Yeah, this point is just not the results that Atlanta was hoping for. There's even score streaks being used by Zed, clearing more path for him. And did I just get disconnected again?
I could hear you, but you might have. It looks like your OBS Ninja kind of dissolved. I don't know. Okay. We might have lost Gil yet again, chat. That is quite all right. We're going to keep it rolling now as we are gearing up for a P1 reset. And guess what? Lo and behold, Clash, they are on top of things. They are not looking to be denied here in game number 1. Certainly going to be able to find it on the backs of a solid P3 break to a P4 hold, which only left them with about a handful of seconds to get the dub there on that P1 reset. Solid game 1 for Clash in Atlanta. They're going to be put back into the drawing boards for a little bit of a redeeming factor of, you know, the hardpoint game started off strong, but where did they go wrong? Well, I'll tell you what, when you get breaks with plenty of time to play for and you're not able to capitalize on them, certainly not the best case scenario. You can see the scoreline, it kind of reflects it. So 250 to 85, lackluster performance for Atlanta, textbook performance from the side of Clash. They come through with high energy and the kills that go along with it. 30 and 17 for Ragox, 33 for Mari, and 26. And, you know, even though the 3 players go negative, just an overall demon of a job there on the objective for the side of Clash.
And at the end of the day, that's what you're looking for, right? On hardpoint, what you're looking for the most is getting inside of those heals, while on the opposite spectrum, like you mentioned, Atlanta, Player, Meta, and SAS, both with 2 points given to the squad. The most they got was 59 seconds, but I feel like there's definitely some misconnect onto what could have been done different for the side of Atlanta, but Clash executed to perfection, gets the game that they needed, starting right with the right foot initially for game 1. Now, verdicts. We're going to be moving on to S&D, if I'm being honest with you. Given the fact that, like you mentioned, some of the players from Clash went negative, and Atlanta have players just outgunning their opponents more than once, if they follow some sort of better strategy by being together in a way on the side of Atlanta, I feel like they could even up this series.
Yeah, we'll have to see now. Clash, again, I've made comments about their search or destroy plays in the past. And them also not performing up to par after making said comments. So certainly a game that they can find, Atlanta can find a little bit of a redeeming factor here is, you know, game 2 going to be a search and destroy crossfire. Obviously, with Clash playing the way they have been recently for search or destroy, I can expect, you know, pretty much anything to come through on this crossfire map. So we're going to get geared up for it now. 1-0 lead in the series for the side of Clash, pinning screenshots, and I don't think they're going to have an issue with screenshots because they have been in this scene before. They know what it takes to play on this high stage, and certainly not going to make any mistakes on that back end as we're taking a look at a huge game for Clash, though. I mean, you're looking at it. You're getting outslayed. 3 of your players are going negative. You got Saz on the opposite side of things and effing Meta. They might bring the slaying power to the team, but they don't bring, you know, that overall, you know, it factor when it comes to the objective. And hardpoint, if you're not playing in numbers, you're not playing the objective, right? I mean, you saw even, I mean, if we broke that game down in just one little segment, it would go back to that P3 break on the P2 reset, or the P3 break on the second reset coming through, where trailer was like, what, 20 seconds left, they get the break, Atlanta does, and then they leave 1 player on the hill and rotate for new. Like, when you're leaving 1 player on the hill, and then you've got 3 players from Clash who are looking to just clamp, you know, shut their jaws of life on you, there's nothing you can do when 3 push in the trailer and there's only 1 left to defend. It's just, you know, a story all too often. If you don't have numbers on the objective, it's just not going to pan out. So I think they had the right mentality, you know, in a game where, you know, spawns aren't as weird as they are now. that would have panned out, but that's not the case. Hardpoint on firing range, you need numbers, and you need to do a better job of getting those rotations early on the P2. So, saw them fail twice back-to-back in that hill rotation in particular. And, you know, enough talking about that. You know, old is out, new is in. Now we're going to go ahead and buckle up for a Crossfire Search and Destroy. So, picks-wise, I don't know. I still have to roll with Clash, even though we've seen them kind of struggle in Hardpoint's past, or Search and Destroy's past. I still got to roll with them in this case.
Perfectly fair. I'm also curious to see if and who would be the sniper role player for the side of Atlanta. So far, I don't really see no one out. It's gonna be Mary, seems like, holding on to the DLQ. On top of that, Maven gonna be finding the first blood here as he eliminates Blends with that nade. Pretty bad scenario for them, but at the same time, they take advantage of that, try to plant the bomb. They lose the bomb carrier, they lose their sniper. Gun is the one to finally answer back with a kill for the squad, but already on super bad terms for the side of Atlanta. Losing 3 players, losing up the control of the bomb, and with the SAS so close to them, I just realized that they changed sides. My bad on that. It was not Clash the one who was getting all of those kills. I was looking at the names and I was like, this doesn't make sense. Yeah, they changed sides. The initial round for Atlanta.
Look, I went a whole P1 to P5 rotation calling THC Portugal and Portugal THC on Tuesday. So, you know, mistakes were made. And, you know, it's okay. We're in qualifiers for a reason. These teams haven't proven to be an invited team as of yet. So, in regards to knowing exactly who is who, it's okay. Right now, we are going to see the first round going through for the side of Atlanta. They are going to go ahead and take that 1-0 lead, but the bomb is down. The deed is done. And Clash, they've done the hard work. Now it's just a matter of defense, and the 4v4 retake is going to come through. 28 seconds left on the clock. Zed is going to be able to take one down. That's going to be FN Metagon down as well. So the push coming through. Zed going to be able to find one more, but Saz going to be able to pick up the refrag. 2v2, 15 seconds, not a lot of time, making it a 2v1. As Mori does take down another, and he is certainly, as the name of the game or map actually requires, it's the crossfire that happens through. Plins playing it perfectly. Time is executed flawlessly. The QXR may not be the best gun, but when your player that you're shooting at is literally defenseless and trying to, you know, defuse a bomb, you don't really need a great meta option, right?
I do want to say that he took his time, if I'm being honest. For a second, I was like, is he going to get that kill? He eventually does, and pretty interesting strategy actually coming out of the side of Saz, you know? Saz currently with 4 kills, gonna get a wallbang verdict. He just got that kill onto Blends. He knows his picks. We've seen it in the past right now, trying to prevent the plan from happening. Not gonna be an option, unfortunately, for him. Ragox also finding another kill. Player lead going immediately now in favor of Clash, leading to only Maven alongside with Saz. Saz finds another kill onto Gun. Is that going to be enough? I'm not too sure. The main issue could be the fact that, well, they are literally losing more and more ground here. And the timer is still going lower and lower. Saz knows that there's someone in this corner going to be pushing for it, but gets taken down by Zed. Now, Maven going to be able to answer back because of the voice call, but verdict, the timer is just too low. There's nothing he can do. This bomb is going to explode. Actually, not even that. The snipe is going to come through, and that's another point in favor of Clash after such a dominant first round for Atlanta. I feel like they're not doing any better on the second, on the next 2, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, on a map like Crossfire, if you're able to find one defending round, it is completely acceptable to go, you know, into the second half and be down by 3 rounds. Obviously, they've done the great job. Ragox, good night. My guy is pushing right through mid. It gets a 2-piece, clears out Deli, doesn't even ask for it to go bag. Good night. That round ended, that was probably the fastest Crossfire round I have ever seen. Literally lasted 12 seconds, what looked like. Shut the front door.
I mean, just like that, you said another point for Clash, just abusing their abilities, going over the side of Atlanta, immediately pushing for those plants as well. I am now looking at Blends carrying with this QXR first blood, now with a nade again for Maiden. I'm not too sure how much that's going to be able to help the squad, but for now, it is pretty evident that Clash has a plan, and they are following with it. Blends try to plant the bomb, decides not to, and for that same reason, he's gonna get sniped by Hales. Then Hales gonna be spotted by Mary. Mary gonna find a double piece, leading to a 1v3. The bomb is down. Wayne, with everything against himself, gonna be pushing onto the first kill for Mary. Picks up that DLQ from the ground. About 25 seconds on the clock. The shots are being fired. He's trying his best. But Verdict, I'm not too sure if his best is gonna be enough for this scenario. Yes, he find the first blood, but in here he tries to go for kill number 2. He gets spotted by the 2 enemies left, and that's gonna be the 4-1 lead. More dominance coming over from the side of Clash. I said that there was hope for Atlanta, but it seems like without a clear plan, it's just not enough, you know. We got Sass with 6, but still in here, they're losing heavily.
Yeah, Clash did a great job of executing after that first round blunder. You see it. The name of the game is getting the bomb down. The qualifiers for MM has been a story of this map. The team who gets the bomb plant down is 100% successful, and that was a case right there. Maven's going to be able to hold the quarter, take down Zed. Gone and Ragox are the last 2 alive. Gone going to be able to find one, evens things up. But Gone is a little bit of a compromised spot here, as he's going to be out. Maven does get the kill right there as he holds the carpet room quarter. That's going to leave Ragox now, as it's a 2v1. Maybe a little bit of a redemption tour here for the side of Atlanta. They need to find this round here to kind of start that comeback. Right here, this is, you know, an opportunity for them to maximize now. So we got about 1 minute and 5 left on the clock. Bomb still in the hands of Maven. He has yet to get the plant down and is looking for the player who is in Delhi, and that's Ragox, who's going to round the corner and gets absolutely A-maxed. In a 2-4, even though the lead's still in the favor of Clash, they have flipped sides, and we've seen kind of those roles change, and, you know, not really able to adapt off the bat.
Yeah, and I just saw a comment from Barry in the chat asking about if both qualify. Only one of them will go directly, but the other moves onto the lower side of the bracket, so there's still hope for the potential loser out of this too. For now, like Verdict mentioned, the 4-2 leading more into the side of Clash, but the side of Atlanta unwilling to give up here. They've lost 1 player, but they answered back by getting one of their own 4v4. They have not been as aggressive when it comes down to planting the bomb as what we saw from Clash so far. Maven, the one carrying the bomb, is close to it over at the outskirts of the boss station, but not really thinking about going there unless he feels safe. That could be thanks to the help of Wayne. Wayne so far playing with a CVR. Sass finds the shot onto Gone. Now Wayne gets the call. There's someone outside to his right. Does he want to go though? That said, Zed is top bone to bite onto. And here playing with the Type 25 Zed with 4 kills. Gonna be trying not to expose himself too much, just being patient, waiting. And not only waiting for someone to show up, but also an audio cue. That's exactly what he gets. Goes for the kill, takes 1. Goes for the 2, takes out the pistol. Lands a shot, but somehow gonna be taken down. Ragox answers back with a pistol, finds the kill onto Sass, but this is a 1v2. Let's see how much he can do about that. And the fact that we are on a bit of a bad numbers onto the side of Clash, I feel like it was because of that play from Zed. You know, I feel like he could have done way more than when he ended up with, but you know, stuff was made. Mistakes had to happen there. Ragox trying to go for a defusal, but taking a lot of damage from Maven. Maven gonna finish him up. That is Atlanta yet again finding success on a round. And pretty unfortunate for Zed. I don't know if you caught onto that play, but it was close. It was close, but close was not enough for him to find that kill.
Yeah, I saw it. He made the rotation in. I didn't catch it on cam, but I saw where he kind of ended up. I think their approach would have been better to maybe push the broken wall instead of going up the staircase. Saz does a great job there finding Zed on the transition, so don't necessarily have to deal with that that player making that aggressive rotation. Even though it panned out in your favor, those are wild card plays and can cause a lot of devastation. The bomb does go down early. A little bit of relief here for the side of Atlanta. They get the deed done, and with plenty of time to play with. Is 40 seconds, or make it 33 now. It's time just kind of coming down to a dwindle as Clash yet to make a move here, yet to find a single player on the trade. Push comes in. That's going to be Ragox and Blends. Blends is going to drop. I don't know if Ragox is aware of it, but oh my, the wallbang galore comes through as 1's down. Mari finds 2. Mari finds 3. How am I not catching any of this, homie?
Oh
Gets the last kill. Shut the door there. Mari coming through with a 3, making a 4-piece. And we've got a map point here for the side of Clash. They could very well close it out here on the back end, but, I mean, this is an opportunity where the bomb goes down early. Atlanta does a great job of doing that, but the defense just gets picked apart, and you can thank the man with 11 kills on board and Mari for coming through with just an absolute beast of a play right there and clutches up the 1v1 to close it out. And now, again, it's a map point here for the side of Clash, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it here in this round because Gone and Ragox, so the last one's alive now, but Ragox has found one. It's a 2v4. About a minute and 30 on the clock. Bomb's still not pushed up, and I don't know. This is probably a miscue from Atlanta.
Yeah, definitely not what could have done there by Atlanta, but it doesn't matter too much. Gone still gonna be left alone in a 1v4. Everybody knows where he's at. The bomb may not be down, but the pressure still over on his shoulders. Wayne is the one to finish him up. That's another point for the Atlanta members who refuse to give up, like I mentioned. They are getting closer and closer to the side of Clash. But Clash, unwilling to give this one for granted. They want to wipe them out with a 2-0 victory. So far, it could be either way, but they are the ones onto match point so far. And for that, I think we can go with someone like on the side of Atlanta. That is going to be Sass. You were talking about those kills from Mary being, I think, 12 or 11. Now Sass is on to 13, still playing with his AMAX. With that specific ammunition that makes you have to make it a semi-automatic rifle. And that's certainly helpful on a map like Crossfire, right? Where the distance can be quite long, a sniper or an assault rifle that can shoot at such a distance with such a high value, the damage, it can help a lot, and that's exactly what Sass has been able to do so far. In this round, the side of Atlanta decided not to be as aggressive while going for the bomb plant, and that's not paying off. Sass gets wallbanged by Ragox. That is their most valuable player out the window in one of their most important rounds as they try to be alive, as they try to continue. They cannot find themselves in a good scenario. Hells gets the answer back by eliminating Ragox. Is that going to be enough, though? The bomb carrier, Maven, is getting closer to it. And I'm looking at the minimap, and seems like Meta could find a couple players there. Finds the first one, does a lot of damage, but blends, takes him out of existence. That's another one into the books for the side of Clash. The bomb is still not down, and everybody is defending. Wayne finds a kill. Maven gets another. They have to plant the bomb. The timer is running low, and that's exactly what Blends, alongside with Mary, are trying to prevent. The bomb plant happening right now. Blends didn't realize that. Hells finds the snipe on the very last second. They're gonna be getting it there for Atlanta, and Burdick is looking a lot like we're going to round 11. I'm not too sure if Mary can do it, but so far he's done some insane plays in the past with his sniper. So far, throwing the smoke, just testing the water scene there. Does see an enemy at a distance. Not gonna land any shots so far. He knows that they could be at any corner now. Looking left to right, so scared of his life. He's gonna be there, gonna find Wayne, gonna try to check the corners, but the enemy checks the corners first. He tries to react, but that's not gonna be possible. Wayne knew how to execute that play. They are gonna be evening this round, like I mentioned. Verdicts. We got ourselves to round 11.
Round 11 indeed. This has been an intense search or destroy. It started off with Clash, just literally putting the smackdown all through the first half, and right now they're going to get a redemption here on this overtime opportunity. And with their success on the attack early on, 80% chance of winning is the 4-1 came through early. It has been a neck-and-neck game since, so 5-5 now as we roll over into this round 11. It is certainly a toss-up round indeed. We toss those statistics of 80% success rate out the window. Blend says, nope, actually just go ahead and up those annies, and does find first blood. Hell, I don't know what you were doing there. Maybe looking for a little bit of a flank inside the corner building, but gets insta shut down. So what, about a minute 15 on the clock. Bomb still hasn't made its progress over towards the bus station area. You can see Mari looking to escort. Blends is going to go ahead and get the job done. He is going to go ahead and push up. FN Meta is going to drop Zed. Going to find a second kill. And now it's on 3 players. Saz, Win, make it just Saz and Maven. Saz going to be left for the wall bangs through Delhi with about 40 seconds left to go. Their hopes for a bit of a round 11 dream have I think may have just rolled through the window. You can see FN Meta has already bounced out of the lobby. That's tough.
Oof. I mean, they tried Verdict, but just really, really greatly executed by Clash. You know, a clean round. They didn't lose a single member. And that's pretty unfortunate for the side of Atlanta, but congratulations to Clash. They did an outstanding job on Hardpoint. They get on Hardpoint, yes. And now on S&D, they finish this deal. They will be moving on to the next stage of these qualifiers. But on top of that, Verdict, what's going on with Clash too? As we take a look on the standings here.
Yeah, Clash certainly going to be able to buy their first ticket to the guaranteed spot for Mobile Mayhem winter or spring 2022. Do a great job of handling business with Atlanta in a 2-0 fashion. 12 kills on board for Mari. Man had a 4-piece that was just absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
In that retake on the B site that kind of put them in a position to close this game out in a round 11 opportunity, and you saw it there. There was a flawless round for them. Nobody able to get anything going for the side of Atlanta. Overall, it was a great performance, just not a great way to end it. 13 kills for Saz. Mentioned his name from past seasons. He certainly delivered a spectacular performance. On the other hand, his teammates in the hardpoint not necessarily pulling their weight for the objective. So, great opportunity for Clash. You can see it blends and Ragox picking up some kills too to go along with it. And a 6-5 win for them. Round 11 nightmare for Atlanta. A round 11, you know, miracle for the side of Clash. So they're going to get the first bid for one of the 4 seeds that are on the table here for the Mobile Mayhem qualifier spot. And, you know, next game or next series up, actually going to determine the 2nd seed. And you know what? I think we are on board for a pretty solid day, Gil.
Absolutely. We've seen some really great action out of the bat. Round 11. It's a good move for us, but now with that, all of this has been settled. Like, I'm pretty happy for Clash, but that was only the first one for the day. Like you mentioned, we will be moving on to Portugal versus Euro Elite. But until then, I think we might have to jump onto a small intermission, right?
Well, that's absolutely right. You know, we're going to get the lobby set up for Euro Elite in Portugal. This is certainly going to be an opportunity to see the 2nd seed guaranteed. So, ladies and gentlemen, can't go anywhere. Go ahead and grab your favorite snack. Go ahead and grab your favorite beverage. Get geared up for 3 more series on hand for the night. Euro Elite in Portugal going to be our next stop and destination for this day 3 of the spring qualifiers for Mobile Mayhem. So, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with some more action.
Oh yeah, baby. That was dope. No lie.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have already found one seed into a guaranteed slot for Mobile Mayhem. Now we're looking for our second, and that's right, Euro Elite and Portugal. They're going to be fighting it out in a best of 3 now. As I'm going to take a look at it. We got the schedule already shown. Now we're going to take a look at the standings. The standings are going to reflect the side of Clash to have their guaranteed seed. So if you can take a look at it up there, we still have 3 teams left to determine. Obviously, we're going to be seeing one team from this next matchup be an opportunity to guarantee their seed. And Gil, I know you probably didn't get the chance to watch on Tuesday, but I'll go ahead and tell you, it was an interesting day. Portugal come through with a 2-1 win over their series matchup, and obviously we've got to see, I gotta take a look at the bracket now. I don't know who they beat yesterday off stream, but
Sauna, I think.
Sauna, okay. I'm not sure who Sauna is, to be completely frank with you. So, literally could have been, a matchup that might not have been that close in comparison. But this one right here is certainly going to be an uphill battle for them. So Euro Elite enters into Mobile Mayhem last season. Just does an extremely great job of doing a bit of damage, even with the comms and whatnot. I mean, everything was just solid, and they have just gotten better and better as time, progressed. So I was reading Discord, and Miss Merck says, "Sing Baby Shark" for chat. I'm not starting to sing Baby Shark. When Shark comes in and we see Shark play, I'll sing Baby Shark. Only in that time frame. But that's that's off topic. Obviously, we're going to be starting this best of 3 off, as I've got the best of 3 ready to rock and roll. It is going to be a Hack the Yard hardpoint followed by a Search and Destroy on Meltdown. And if we do see a Game 3, it is going to be a Summit Domination. So Euro Elite's opting to ban the SKS. Portugal is going to be opting to ban the Kilo. And Gil, with that being said, it's a healthy best of 3 rotation. I think this is one of the better, more competitive maps to see. Meltdown being reintroduced to the competitive scene as a viable map pick for Search. I am absolutely always 100% on board for that. Domination on Summit has grown on me. It is certainly a very aggressive map to see play. And if it does make it that far, we are certainly going to be looking at a close one, regardless of how dominant one team seems. That map just makes things just that much closer.
Yeah, it's definitely going to bring to us a really hectic scenario between the two of them for now, as we are going to be starting on Hackney Yard, like you mentioned. We are getting geared up for this map, and verdict, I may have not seen the full-on action, but I did see a pretty fancy clip coming out of none other than Angelita,
Absolutely. Girl's a freaking beast, man. She got 4 on this map in Search and Destroy. Now it's Hardpoint. She did play Hardpoint on Tuesday. She subbed in for the Search and was about to sub out, but per Mobile Mayhem rule set, you're only allowed 1 sub per series. So she had to stick around for the Dom. And certainly wasn't prepared for it, as I did see her loadout. She had, kinetic armor. Right now, she's got the TAC 5. She's going to be taken out, and EUE are going to be able to get the initial hold here on this P1 bottom shack side now, as we see about 10 seconds in, and they are going to be able to rack up a few points uncontested. So EUE off the bat, handling business as usual. Got a Busso coming through with the contest. He's going to be able to find Rick Lackett right there, and a bit of opportunity for them to square things up on the objective side. Gracie actually going to be able to take her down. Okay, this is why they said say Baby Shark, because there's a Baby Shark in the lobby, and none other than Baby Shark, so.
And Baby Shark currently is struggling to get a kill, he just a baby and trying his hardest, but so far not working out as expected. The side of Euro Elite doing a phenomenal job so far, keeping control over P1. They're going back and forth, going in and out, but making sure that, well, the side of Portugal not getting as many points as they would have liked. On top of that, they are already with great positioning onto their rotation for P2. They got 1 or 2 players inside of that house. The push is going to be dealt there by Calabuso. He gets spotted, gets taken down. The control is just spectacular from the side of Euro Elite, and they are looking for more dominance. They get right off the bat inside of that point, and they are not letting anyone to be inside now. From the side of Portugal, they are collectively pushing at the same time. The first one is going to be Baby Shark, does a lot of damage, gets taken down, but the kill is going to come through for Lightskin, allowing the side of Portugal to get at least a few more points, but the control is just too strong, and whenever they get taken down, Euro Elite collectively push it once, there's no solid defense there on top of Portugal.
Yeah, the retake, the breakthrough was, you know, phenomenal. Lightskin guy did a great job of, you know, making some shake there. Does a great job of taking down one more before he drops, but the numbers, they prevail. EUE do a great job collectively holding the hill on the retake, and, you know, this is a matter of great rotations, great map control early on, not allowing the team of Portugal to get that spawn flip. P2 sites locked down, and, you know, they've got a bit of a lead going into this P3 hill now. As we see about, what is that, 63 points? I don't do math very well, but when I do, it's usually bad. But EUE, they are just as P1 and P2 locking and loading on P3 rotations. The shots come through for Lightskin. We're going to see a little bit of time coming through, but this is not a hill that you can take advantage of. As a matter of fact, it's out in the open. It's one of the hardest hills to hold on the entire map, and that is considering P1 to be a toss-up as well, too. So, operators are coming through early, and that is going to be Saze, who's already sitting on 10. The side of EUE are just literally running rampant here in this game one.
Almost 30 seconds on a hill like that you mentioned. It's so tough for you to get control, but almost half the time immediately for them, they eventually get taken down. But the retake is going to happen there for Karma. Karma now inside, going to be pushed by two angles at once. Tries to go get the kill onto Calabuso, but gets himself taken down. And once again, the retake's there. That is going to be this time for Rick. Rick inside, finds a kill, finds a double onto Angelita. And that is more points, triple digits right off the bat there for the side of Euro. They have done a tremendous job. They have rotated incredibly, and on top of that, if they get taken down, they immediately go for the revenge, and it's just immaculate the way they're playing. It's super tough to play against a team that's so well coordinated. And here I ask you, Bertie, would you like for us to join and do a quick listening onto the side of Euro Elite?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to buckle up. They look like they are stacked in numbers here on this P4 rotation. We'll see how the comms sound. I've seen seasons past just some of the best comms from this EUE team. We'll see how it sounds here in this P4 rotation.
Sparrow forklift. I'll play next.
No,
you guys can I'm next.
No, this dude, free for.
Alright, just come next. Hold yellow, hold yellow.
Yeah, play next.
I'll play roof.
I'm gonna use my roof.
I'll play yellow, I'll play yellow, okay.
Go yellow.
I have a lightning. You get your first kills, I'll give you lightning.
Okay, I'm using money. I put that money.
I go inside.
One dead. Two dead.
Nice.
I'm watching blue one. I'm watching blue.
Okay.
They spawn police car. They put. One cut
All dead.
You take my point.
One yellow, guys.
Dead.
Nice. I didn't even see him, I just heard him. One's coming bottom green, hop up. Bro, they're really bad.
One roof dead, one more. One more. Roof dead. One coming green. The four left side.
Yeah, they're all coming left side. One swing, hop up, he's coming roof now.
One's P3
no,
dead.
one more hop up. One P3, Karma. Annie, Karma. Annie P3, no!
Dead. One more yellow.
Go now.
Blue one dead. Blue one low. One shot. Blue one shot.
All right, P4 coming to an end, P5 as well. And Gil, I got to say, the comms absolutely on point. I mean, there's a little bit of banter back and forth. And they have a massive lead coming into this first reset now, as it's a 183 to 62. Not a lot of success early on here for Portugal. As a matter of fact, it has been EUE massively in the feed. It has been them for score streaks. It's been them on the hill. And Karma, my dude is sitting on a 31 and 13 KD. I mean, you heard the call-outs. They were solid. Gameplay, solid. Can they close it out, though? That's the question. It doesn't look like it's going to be any kind of game changer on this P1 reset, though.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at Saze with the Death Machine trying to push inside. Gonna be finding a kill onto Pedro, looking for more. Finds himself onto safety as his allies find a couple more kills. You said it doesn't seem like there's gonna be a change of pace in this game. It's just rolling for UE all game long. The side of Portugal trying their hardest, but it's still not being enough, and those comms were a proof of how well coordinated the side of EU we're playing so far. Even that specific call that someone was like, there's someone over at yellow, and he was like, yeah, I didn't even see him, I just heard him. That's how well coordinated they are, you know. That's all they need. If you hear them, you make the call, then someone finds the enemy and get the kill.
All right, here we go. Money Hill need to find success here. Calbuso pulls out his Sparrow, is insta-thirsted. So the success on the Money Hills are an absolute necessity if you want to make a comeback here. If you find success here on this P2 tire shop, certainly could bunker you up for a decent turnaround. Right now, the numbers are coming in. There's only one player left, Angelita. It's only a matter of moments before the convergence comes through. She gets shots on multiples. You can see it, both of them literally about 15% health, but not going to drop. And there's nobody there to get the revenge. There's nobody there to get the retake. There's not enough time for EUE to close it out here on this P2 rotation, but with the numbers stacking against the side of Portugal, it is looking like they are not even going to get a break at this point. So one player left on the hill, 2 players spawn in, so maybe an opportunity for the break to come through. Baby Shark does do a great job putting the foot on the hill before allowing Angelita to pick up the scrap time. But now battle for P3, where your opponents literally only need 21 points rolling into this next rotation. EUE certainly set themselves up for success. And the side of Portugal, they just have not found a lot of success on either the money hills or the toss-up hills. This has just been a brutal game for them starting off.
Side of UE only need of 20 points. They retake that kill inside of it. You have Cry, but on the outside, you got Karma with Annihilator with 37 kills, looking for more. Gonna find that headshot onto Pedro, just getting over themselves, just killing everybody who dares to follow his path. Finds the kill onto Pedro again. He's gonna be trying to defend his ally who was inside of the hill. He gets taken down. He bounces inside of this point. He's gonna be getting a couple more for the squad, a couple more for the team. They're gonna be 2 seconds away from victory. There's no way for Portugal to come back from this. Yes, they're gaining control over this objective, but the second they lose control, aka right now, you're gonna have someone trying to bounce inside. That's gonna be Karma. Finds the 2 they needed. That's a GG. Well played. 250 over onto the side of Euro Elite, while the side of Portugal was not able to get halfway there. 120 for the side of Portugal. And I would say that arguably the first point was a bit of a better fight for Portugal, but between the rotations by Euro Elite and the fact that if they got taken down, they immediately bounced back inside of it, it was just not possible. The way that they coordinated their every single move, it was too much to handle.
Yeah, well calculated. The comms on point, the coordination just absolutely elite. And, you know, it's in their name for a reason. Euro Elite take the bag there, 250 to 120. Solid P1 off the rip to get 34 points. Anytime you're not able to put up more than 15 on that P1 rotation and you fail to get P2 spawn sites, it's going to be a bad game. And it started off with EUE just having a massive lead rolling into a P3 site where they don't allow their opponents anything for free. The comms for the P4 rotation obviously was a little bit, set up for new. I think we jumped in with 20 seconds left. And it was a full 60 on P5 rotation. I mean, I looked at the feed, and it was literally EUE just getting kill after kill after kill after kill. Anytime you have those kind of rotations, anytime you have that kind of gun skill to back those up, it's a lethal combination. And Portugal just got the bitter end of that stick. So they're going to have an opportunity, a second chance here in the Search and Destroy to even things up. But, I mean, based off of what we just saw in the hardpoint game, I don't know if a Game 3 domination is something where we'll see any kind of success for Portugal. We'll just have to see how it plays out now as we're going to get rolled into a Search on Meltdown to be deciding factor. Got to get past that one first. And UE, I think this is where they have not found tremendous success in T1 competition. They put up numbers in hardpoints. They put up numbers in domination. Search and Destroy has been hit or miss.
Well, we are going to be getting geared up for the second match. We've seen already a great victory coming out of the side of Euro Elite, and we'll have to wait for the next one. But for now, was there someone particularly over at the side of Portugal that we should be on the look for something like S&D verdict?
Well, I mean, the top three are going to be Lightskin, Calabuso, and Angelita. Pedro
Okay.
does a great job. I haven't seen Baby Shark unless it's a rename.
Mhm.
Honestly, you know, Angelita had a great round where she picked up 4 kills. Not much after that, and it was a loss, to say the least, in the Search on day 1. But with the way that EUE has played Search in the past, it's really an opportunity for them to, if at anything for Portugal, find a little bit of practice, as I will say. I mean, to say that EUE is a top qualifying team is an understatement. This team has beaten teams like Nova, not in series, but in games. They have also beaten, you know, Animus in a series. They have taken down 117 Not Found. This team is certainly, like, elite when it comes to, you know, talent and being able to hang and compete with some of the top dogs in EU. So to see them face off against the Portugal team, it's more so less of sharpening their tools and getting prepared for what is to come. And, you know, it's going to be great practice for both teams, and a lesson learned here for both as well, too, as we're getting geared up for it, as we are on board for Search and Destroy Meltdown. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the deciding factor if we do see that Game 3. And if the side of Portugal can make something shake here, I would be surprised, but I'm always up for a surprise, right?
That's right. For now, let's go for a bit of a player cam over. Who do we go for? Why don't we start with Calabuso over at the side of Portugal? Never mind, he just turned AFK. We're gonna move on to Lightskin. Lightskin over at the pillars so far. They're gonna be on the offensive side, but not that well connected to one another. They're just pushing one by one. And here, Lightskin finds the kill onto Greasy, but on the other end of the map, Sace finds a double. Karma gets a kill. Now everybody on the side of Euro Elite, they know where Lightskin's at. They're trying to go for the kill, and it is Cry the one to get it. While on here we have Calabuso alone on a 1v4, finds the kill onto Cry. But I don't know if it's just me. I'm getting the feeling that Calabuso might be lagging or something. I'm not too sure. For now, he does find a kill. He's got 3 more to go. With no control over the bomb, he's got 1 minute to play with here. Verdict, he's going to find the first enemy, does a lot of damage. The sniper misses the shots. Calabuso wants to take that kill, has to reload. Better be cautious about that. Goes in for the aggressive push, finally gets the kill. But he is going to be taken down by Rick. That's a point for the Euro Elite squad.
It is a point indeed. Now, anytime you get a 3-2 split like that, and you got 2 players all day, it's only a matter of time before players drop left and right, and you're kind of left at a scramble. So, a little bit of an unorthodox strategy for the side of Portugal. But again, this is, you know, an event where Portugal can, you know, make mistakes and afford to do so based off of the fact that they have found success in the first 2 rounds. So, round 3, obviously, this is not an eliminating side of the tournament. This is where, you know, we get a guaranteed spot for Mobile Mayhem. And, again, Euro Elite is probably a shoe-in here. And I don't say that with disrespect at all to Portugal, but I've seen more from this team than I've seen from a lot of the Tier 1 teams, you know, in the invited slots. 117 Not Found have proven to be one of the teams that when they are on, they are damn near impossible to stop, especially in Search and Destroy. You can never discount them. But as far as consistency goes, Euro Elite has just brought just such dynamic plays, and in a short amount of time. I believe when they became a thing in EU for, I don't know, maybe the last week or 2 for Mobile Mayhem last season, we had Zim on for the spawn, and one of his comments, and I'll continue to say this because I've said it every time I've seen them play, to call them rank warriors is an understatement. Like, they were literally just a team that showed up and put themselves together for, I mean, maybe a week before entering Mobile Mayhem, and you could really never tell. The comms are immaculate. They are probably some of the best that I have heard in all of EU, and the fact that they are a newer team just kind of I mean, it surprises the hell out of me that they're able to put those kind of numbers up. Nonetheless, they take 2 rounds in a row, and they're just continuing to handle business. This is a game for them to pretty much get their spots selected for Mobile Mayhem. and also sharpen those tools for Search and Destroy, because I think this is one of their game modes that they have not found a tremendous amount of success in.
Yeah, for the time being, at least they are still gonna be winning in a 2-0 fashion over at the side of EuroElite. Portugal trying to defend themselves. Angelita finds the first blood, and now they're going pretty aggressive on the side of Pillars, but they don't got the bomb over there quite yet. Angelita gotta be taken down. Sace finds that kill, and Greasy gonna be following through. The bomb carrier finally gonna be getting there. That's Calabuso, but his allies are all mostly dead. Finds an enemy, but you cannot shoot through those pillars, my friend. And with that, you're gonna be revealing your location. He's gonna be taken down. Verdict. They're trying, but I don't know. I feel like there's something that is just not finally clicking onto the side of Portugal now.
All right, well, here we go. 3 rounds in a row. Solid defense so far for the side of EUE. Again, just handling business as usual. Portugal trying to, you know, play it a little more passively as each round passes. Certainly not paying off so far. We'll see if they can find one before we flip sides. We got 2 more rounds on the attack. They need to find a little success here. You can see it not really wanting to make a commitment. 5 players still alive for each team. Says pushes out the tunnel site, the movement. A little bit of a bait, though. Gracie up top, not going to be able to get there in time for the trades. Does push down and finds a bullet to the face from Angelita. So maybe a little bit of a bait and switch that didn't pay out. Certainly all right, Angelita beaming right now. 2 kills on board this round, 3 kills in total. And the push for this A site certainly looking like a lockdown. Pedro looking for the player on the flank. That's going to be Rick. Karma does take down Shark in the back. We got a little bit of a 2v4 with the bomb going down at A. Pedro has this player kind of pinned down, but I don't know if he's noticed it. But Rick has made the full-on rotation through. This might be a missed opportunity now. This player is going to be a problem if he does get through the defense. Rick does get spotted there. Pedro not going to be able to seal the deal with the shots. Is going to be able to push up. Time is wasted. 22 seconds. Still left in a round, and Rick does find that kill, but it's at the expense of, you know, losing a lot of time. Now it's a push that has to come through. Calabuso plays the corner perfectly. Doesn't overextend, doesn't push through mid, waits for the player to push, and absolutely does a great job of closing it out. So 1 round indeed now here for Portugal. Maybe getting a little bit of a confidence boost after that round.
Absolutely, the way although he ended up dying over there on the side of Portugal, he was making sure that the timer was being wasted eventually. That double piece right, Calabuso was pretty nice, going for that slide peek, and they were just not ready for it. Now this time around, they changed strategy for the first time. Everybody going onto the side of B, onto the boilers, but Rick. He's gonna be defending there. Rick finds a double piece for himself. Rick goes for the triple and takes it. Going for more, takes a 4th one. Can he get a base? He's going in. Burdick has got it. Ace for Rick just like that, a matter of seconds. And that's a 4-1 lead. Oh my god.
Rick, I'm sorry, bro. I literally didn't catch it up until you got that 4th kill. So I was typing in the YouTube chat to Groovy, who came through and said I did a great job with casting on the Bobby's tournament and enjoy the content. And I was trying to reply back. I've been waiting for a few rounds to do so, and I dropped the ball. So you're going to have to excuse me. We're in qualifiers for a reason. I'm allowed to make mistakes just like these players are allowed to make mistakes, right? I guess not. Okay, well, it is what it is. 1-4-1 trades coming through. Bomb's going to go down at B. And, you know, Rick, I'm sorry I missed your ace, but if it means anything, I'll go back through and rewatch the game and clip it for you and send it to you in DM. So, sorry.
No worries, it happens, All right, for now, round number 6. Teams have fully spawns, and now the side of Portugal have not been capable of defending the bomb so far. They're going to be pushing for the kill. Sauce is going to be left alone, actually. Pedro and Calabusa could be trying to seek for a defusal. Sace gets spotted by Pedro with that Type 25. The aim is deadly. They find themselves another point, finally doing a great round here. Everything happening so fast, you know. They immediately went for the plan. They lost a couple players. Then the defense came through in less than a minute. Everything came down to the side of Portugal, finally finding another point. It seems like when they are defending, at least for the starting round, they did a way better job than what we seen in the past.
No, you're absolutely right now. 2 rounds they have found success in. Can they make it 4 more and takes it at game 3. This is a meltdown search and destroy where we've seen EU kind of dominate. They take a 4-1 lead, but drop around on the first initial attack. Now they're going to be playing, Portugal is going to be playing for a 5v5 retake on this B site. Bombs down, 40 seconds on the clock. And you can see at the plays, they are going to come through 2 through mid, 3 on the backside flank. They are all looking for the rotations on this backside now, as you can see the redirection. And then UE, they're kind of anticipating. They haven't seen anything come through the front side, and everyone is focused on the spawn. And this push is dead in the water. Say's going to find the first, but 2 quickly traded Karma. Good night. Shut the front door when you're on your way out. Finds 2 with the shots, make it 3. Now it's just 1 player left. Pedro, good around the corner. Never stood a chance, and we are on map point / match point. Rick and Morty. No Morty needed, just all Rick coming through that last few rounds. But Karma certainly picking up the slack here as they find their 6th and 3 in that round in total.
Yeah, Rick totally rocking the world out of the opponents. Already onto double digits. Close to those numbers, there's going to be Says with 9. They are yet again immediately pushing for the bomb plant. Let's see how much they can defend over at the side of Portugal. The one getting closest to action could be here. Pedro with the Type 25 going to find Cry over at the sniper camp. Let's see if he finds him. He's going to be waiting. Pedro waiting here. Type 25 in hand. 6 kills so far for him. Says finds the first blood. Pedro going for the aggression. Finds Cry but gets spotted. He was just now ready for it. But does enough damage for Calabuso to finish up that kill. Actually, that might have been Angelita. 3v3, the trade's happening right now. Karma finds another kill. Rake, as per usual, takes the knock onto Lightskin. 1 versus 3, 13 seconds on the clock. Calabuso going for the play, but there's nothing that can be done no more. Portugal couldn't make it happen, and in here we got ourselves a winner verdict, and that is going to be Euro Elite. 6-2 victory on S&D. A 2-0 wipe on the overall series. And they get the dub. Absolutely crazy. Great. Well done by the side of Euro Elite. Let's now take a look at the overall standings. But I'm sure it's going to be between Rick and Says. You know, they just had their way of playing around this map. 13 kills for Rick. 10 kills for Sauce, like for Says. It's just tough to fight against numbers like that.
Says, Sauce, it don't matter, bro. Brought the sauce. Bring the Says or Sage. It don't matter. I'm trying to make something out of nothing. These guys over at EUE handle business. They make something out of this situation, going through qualifiers, and I don't think they have beaten as of yet. So I'm taking a look at the bracket here. They are going to be a guaranteed slot for the 2022 spring season. And as a matter of fact, I'm looking at EUE have yet to be beaten. Granted, they did get a first round bye. They had a second round guaranteed. Lux, no match. Portugal, no match. And they are certainly going to be a guaranteed spot there as that 2-0 comes through in a very, very dominant performance on both the hardpoint and Search and Destroy. 6-2 win in the Search and Destroy. And ladies and gentlemen, Portugal still have an opportunity. If you're here for Portugal and you're here for, that team to make it through, they have a second opportunity in the losers bracket round 3 where they will be moving on to face against Exile and Apophis winner. So that matchup's going to be the last matchup of the night. We're going to be moving on to a Lux and Sauna series as we're getting geared up for it. Damn, we're already halfway through it. It's an hour and a half. Pretty solid numbers. I'm digging it. Maybe we'll get out of here before 4 Central. I think we're both in the same time zone, right?
Yes, 2:30 for me.
Yeah, 2:30 for you. So time is up. We are going to get geared up for that 3rd series as we're taking a look at it. Results are in. If you're just now joining us, 2-0 win for Clash, 2-0 win for Euro Elite. They buy themselves a slot at the table. That is right. They're going to be able to compete for Mobile Mayhem Spring 22 season as they're guaranteed from those 2 matches alone. Now, we're going to get geared up for a Lux Eterna and Sauna matchup. But before then, we're going to take a short intermission. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to get geared up for our last 2 series of the night. But before we do so, we are going to take a short intermission and a word from COD Mobile in between. So we'll be back shortly after this this message.
yeah, baby. That was dope. No lie.
Alrighty, series number 3 right around the corner. That's right, Lux, Arturna, Sana fighting for their lives in the lower portion of the bracket. They are going to be playing for their lives here, Gil, and this is certainly an opportunity for them to put their best foot forward. It's going to be necessary, as a matter of fact. I'm taking a look at the journey that these two teams have made to get here so far. Lux finding success in the first round versus what looks to be Vitalium. They lose to Euro Elite, and Euro Elite is certainly a team that has proven to earn a spot. So maybe this matchup should be their opportunity to even things out and find a little bit of solitude, but it's going to be on the backs of playing against Sana, who have found themselves in a 2-1 loss over the sides of Portugal. So this is really a toss-up, I'm going to be honest with you. I've only seen Lux Eterna play maybe once before today, and I don't know too much about either team. So I know some of the players, Aether for Sana, and that's about it. On the flip side of things, I know that Lub, Daytel, and Guffey are going to bring the smoke. So we're getting geared up for it. Best of 3 will determine who moves on, who's not going to be moving on. So take a look at it. It is going to start us off with the beautiful Panama map of Slums Hardpoint, followed by a standoff, search and destroy, and a takeoff domination for a game 3 if we get there. CBR and M13 are off the table. And based off that, I'm thinking we're going to see Kilos and SKSs maybe? Or one SKS? I don't know.
Well, could be a thing. I remember on the side of NA, we got the SKS banned pretty much every single match, and the one that we didn't, we got at least a player or two trying to rock with it and get some decent results. So, could be a thing, could be a thing. For now, verdict, we are mostly geared up for this first game, like you mentioned, Hardpoint on Slums.
Beautiful map, beautiful rotation. I believe this is another one of those Black Ops classics that will forever be one of my favorite maps in that game in particular. But for COD Mobile, has certainly proved to be a decent Hardpoint game. So 4 points. As we'll see P1 open out here on the ringside, right in the middle of the map, and we'll see who gets the advantage first. P2 right around the corner as well. It's going to be on the downside of the map where we see the side of Lux actually spawning in at. First advantage is going to be in favor of Lux, but the shots and the nades going to come through. They're going to be a huge factor. A lot of perimeter control here for the side of Sonic. They're going to be able to clean things out and get a little bit of uncontested time themselves.
Bloodbath between the two of them, left and right, people dying all over the place. Inside of the point, we're gonna have Gutsy with the Kilo trying to defend himself. He finds spotted by Snooze. Snooze gets a kill. Snooze, let's see if he can get the time now with the Kilo as well. Everybody, like you mentioned, gonna be rocking this weapon, or at least not everybody, 90% of them are using it because of its range, because of its damage. But it seems like the initial points are gonna be going the way of Sauna, at least for the time being. It's not an easy point for you to defend, but so far they have pulled through over, or at least almost 40 seconds for the time being. On top of that, you get someone as a Legacy, making sure that they're going to be getting the spawns going as far back as he possibly can. Through the smoke, he's going to be waiting for anybody to push that way. It seems like they didn't really get the spawns, but Legacy's still alive, finding his first blood now. Finally getting the spawns for the team, collectively pushing through both sides. Venus gets a kill, Nokia gets taken down, Snooze follows through. And it seems like although Legacy is holding, these spawns are not favoring as much as they would have liked to so far.
No, you're absolutely right. You see it, the spawn's going to be solidified, but it's not going to be a profit so far for the side of Sonic. But the good thing is they picked up a ton of points on that P1 rotation. Now, just not finding any success on the rotation over. So far, so good here for the side of Lux. They're able to take the lead here. Granted, there isn't anything that Aether can do. The Predator missile does find one, but I do believe it is going to be the kills coming through for Lux. They're just going to be absolutely dominating this P2 rotation, even without having the spawns. I mean, this is one of those points where, I mean, if you're pushing through either of the front archways, it is just, you know, a push and feed kind of scenario. And nonetheless, even on the backside of the spawns, they're not able to capitalize in the points. They're going to be a full 60 almost here for the side of Lux now as we're buckling up for a P3 rotation. 22-point lead for Lux, and this is a neck-and-neck game going into this this rotation, but with a little bit of advantage in favor of Lux.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy to do something as that, as enemies were spawning so close to them And well, Lux were capable of doing that. Now pushing inside, double kill with that Vortex machine immediately bouncing inside of it. There is going to be Vital so far with 12 kills with a kilo, defending himself. There's so many enemies, finds a kill, does a lot of damage to a couple more, allowing enemy allies to still be alive through the smoke. Lava trying to stay alive, but the Purifier gets the last laugh. The retake is going to happen there in favor of Sauna. But you got a question though, even if the spawns could be favoring the side of Sauna, if Lux is capable of repeating what we've already seen on P2, it's gonna be a tough time for the side of Sauna. The last couple of seconds were given to Lux. They are now with not that many operators. They've used most of them right now. Raisel is rotating with Annihilator. He got himself a 3-piece, but then gets spotted by Vincent. Vincent with Annihilator as well. And I've been trying to push inside of the hill. Let's see how much damage he can do. Finds the kill over at that statue. Gonna be pushing for more through the enemy's core streak. See somehow still alive, going left to right. Finally gonna be spotted. A clean is gonna be in favor of Lux, but there's still no one inside. But thankful for that attack airstrike. You're gonna see that no one on the side of Sauna was able to safely get inside of it.
Well, you know, with this being said, the break comes through for Lux, and Sauna going to be on the outskirts looking in, looking to close the gap, but they just haven't found the success in the hill. As we saw, P2 was an L. Even though you got spawns, you got to find a way to bounce back and get into that hill and get the break at the very least. Just wasn't the case. So we're going to buckle up, see how they handle this P1 reset for a quick listen-in for the side of Sauna. See if they can turn things around and maybe put up some points on this P1 ringside.
Is out broken.
Stand hard.
Blue, 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 blue.
Keine Connector.
Noch einer von Blue. Offside.
Blue dead, noch einer Blue. Der pusht durch.
Breaks close, hab ich noch einer.
Noch einer.
Breaks.
Mit.
Noch einer von Mitte.
Bricks.
Der kommt broken.
Durch für Spawns. Wir haben Spawns verloren.
Connector.
Einer Bricks. Bricks hat mich.
Einer.
Bricks, SPS. Ja.
Los, keep alerting.
Ja,
Connector dead.
Geht nix.
Ich hab Double Stand auf
Back
der
da
Hill.
nix zu gehen.
Hektisch.
Bricks.
Willst du?
Bricks dead.
Mit Purifier auf Hill. Auf all.
Purifier dead.
Bekommt bitte die Spawn.
Broken low. Noch einer bei Blue.
Einer ist noch mit, muss auf Head mit Headlöcher.
Noch einer Blue. Ah, fuck.
Ich hab den.
Schön.
Ja, wir brauchen die Spawns, man. Einer auf Side, man.
Einer Backspawn. Hat die Spawn. Smoke durch, ja?
Stand auf Hill, Double Stand auf Hill.
Hab ich noch, ja? Ich hab Container.
Ich hab einen, ich hab zwei. Da alle pass auf, die können noch mal reinspawnen. Nein, tun sie nicht.
Wir spawnen.
Left Stairs, zwei, einer noch Left Stairs.
Einer dead. Left stairs.
Left stairs dead. Right stairs, low. Einer in low. Low, hab ich noch einer links. Left stairs. Push rein.
Backside kommt.
Backside. Ich hab.
All right, a little bit more success on this P2 rotation now. As you can see, the break comes through. It looks like it's going to stick unless Razzle could make something, Dazzle here with the Annihilator in hand. He's going to find 2 off the back, but is going to be taken down. So 12 seconds left on the point. It's going to be given for free. And Razzle actually looking for a little bit of a back-end push as well. Snooze not going to be fooled there, though. And now it is a battle for P3 as we see this game turn. Still in favor of Lux, but a little bit, of a redemption there in that P3 or P2 rotation for the side of Sonic. I gotta say, much better job. Even though they didn't have spawns, they did better this time around than they did the first time.
Absolutely, it's pretty crazy to see something like that be the case, but they did a phenomenal job at closing the gap, but the gap still existing here, about 50 points leading the side of Lux. Inside of the point, you're gonna have Gothy spraying and praying, finding a kill with that death machine through the smoke, through the wall, doesn't matter, just shooting as much as Gotti possibly can so far with 15, not allowing anybody to get inside. Raisel is gonna be using that SKS verdict. So there you have it. Taking it for a ride so far. 32 kills total. 33 now for Razel. Going for 34. And going for more, but in back alley over at Secret, there was Legacy to take him off. The team still under control with P3. Now finally getting taken out of it for the last 5 seconds or so, but the damage is already done. We got Lux with over 200 points and almost 100 points lead. After such a phenomenal P1 over at the side of Sauna, we see them try to fight back, but the gap over and over being in favor of Lux, increasing, decreasing, but always being there in their favor.
Yeah, you can see it now, 80-point advantage. Not looking too good here for the side of Sauna. They are looking for some last pushes here on this P4 rotation. Might be their last push of this Slums hardpoint now as Vincent does a great job of coming through the window, but that is going to be about it. The break is not going to be there. 4 players looking in, but here comes the Streaks. That is Detel, who has racked up 38 kills and a hefty plus 14 positive scorecard. Now, as you can see, only 20 seconds separate Game 1 victory for Lux. And nobody here to contest for Asana. This might be it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see them contest for a moment, but I don't think it's enough to extend this game. You can see the points in the scoreline certainly favoring Lux ever since the jump. P2 site break doesn't come through for Sauna. They don't get the break here in P4 either. And the Streaks certainly holding off the push for Sauna. Lux going to find success on the P4 rotation. That is going to be it for game number 1. A massive lead, just absolutely unable to make the comeback for Sauna and Lux. Looking damn solid rolling into game number 1. Taking a look at the post-action report. 250 to 133 is the end result. But how did they get there? I'll tell you how. Detel, 42 and 25. Razzle, 41 and 26. The hill time absolutely soaked up by Love, man. You gotta love that. 30 and 22 to go along with it as well. I see a positivity, and on the flip side, nothing positive about a lot of the players here, but Legacy, who was 31 and 24. You look at Nokia, man, I know you're probably on one of those old school Nokia phones, but there had to have been some kind of opportunity to find at least more than a triple negative KD.
I'm just pretty impressed with I Love and Goofy, you know? 3 minutes for I Love, well, 240 for the side of Goofy. You may not be getting as many kills, but still being positive and having that much time inside of the OVJ. They were there for days, and that's the difference between them and, for example, what we saw coming over from, I think it was Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. The fact that on top of getting the kills, well, they got players dedicated to the OVJ. Of course, it's not the same scenario, it's not the same enemies, but you love to see that work spread out evenly between the players and allowing, well, a result as effective as this one. I gotta say that, if I'm being honest, I was expecting something more sided to the side of Sona, but it almost feels like Lux needed to warm up a little bit, you know, start running, and then finally they got to a point where Sauna could not fight back.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, you get into that P3 hill, you start feeding. You did get the break in P2 on the reset, which is, you know, absolutely clutch, but you didn't have any follow-up game on that P3 rotation, and the lead just kind of, I mean, it kind of got out of hand after that second rotation around. So you see a P4, the Streaks start coming into play, and there was literally nothing Sonic could, you know, make, you know, happen. Obviously, the Streaks are massive, especially when you look at, you know, the perimeter control that was set up. You get 1 foot in the hill, and you're absolutely taken down. There's not much you can do. If you push out to recover, you're going to find yourself in a position where clusters are going to be a factor, lightning strikes, and, you know, later into the game when you have those kind of score streaks available, of course, Lux are going to be able to take the bag. So we're going to get geared up for a Search and Destroy on standoff, game number 2. We're not even going to hold back. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. We're getting this show on the road. This obviously isn't for a spot in Mobile Mayhem, but it is certainly putting them that much closer for the opportunity. We'll see if Lux can take that opportunity 2-0, or if there's any fight in the dog left here for Sana.
my favorite map, and I'm now looking at Parasite being taken down by Snooze. Snooze finding his first blood in here with a Bison, an SMG weapon that I haven't seen that often, but in here, taking good value of it, finds first blood. Razel is going to be playing with the Outlaw, if I'm not mistaken. Razel?
Yeah, he's got the Outlaw High Noon. That's one of my first legendary skins.
Okay.
I know,
So
right? I used it in I used it in BR last night. It's god awful, but in MP, if you've got good shots like Razzle, obviously, it is going to come in handy. So a very convincing first round for Lux. They are not looking to let the pedals, let the foot off the pedals here in game number 2. Even with Razzle using the Outlaw, he found 2, and he's top fragging in the lobby. How?
And I gotta say, I don't think they, at least on the first round, they were too interested about planting the bomb. This time, though, they go for the aggressive push over at A. They lose one player to Vincent. Through the wall, Razel gonna find that kill. I Love finds another one onto Snooze. The bomb carrier has been taken down. Guthy answers back by eliminating Vincent. This is still gonna be a 3v2. The bomb now into the hands of Razel, who's no longer gonna be using that Outlaw. Takes a lot of damage, but there's I Love to defend him. Finds the kill. Ether answers back. Finds a double onto the enemies. Now looking for the last player alive. That's going to be Razel 1v1. Either taking a little bit of damage, DLQ in hand, going over into the boxes, but Razel doesn't even need on sniper rifle. All he needs is that kilo. He did an amazing job with the Outlaw. I don't know if it was by choice or maybe by mistake. Did a great job with it. Now flips to the kilo and does an even better job. Another 2-piece for him and another round in favor of Lux.
Yeah, if it's not the Outlaw coming out to play for a Razzle, which I did happen to catch one of his shots coming through on that first round. He's doing it with a kilo, looking to close it out here on the bottom side of Granny's, but Aether has been on a bit of a spree. Got shut down last round, but this round he's found 2 so far. And the first 2 bloods are in favor of Sana. They are looking for a bit of life here in this first initial rounds on the defense, and 2 rounds in, they haven't found any success. Sana looking to find redemption. Daytail looking to shut it down, though. Daytail does take down Aether, but is insta-thirsted in the top side of Grady's, and now it's all on Guffy. Rounds the corner, finds one, but rounds the second. And up the stairs, here comes another for Sana. They find their first defending round. Can they find a few more now as things started to get a little out of hand early, just like in the hard point. Now it's a moment for them to catch their breath. They find one round successful. Can they find another?
That's right, they've already got one. Can they get the second round? Number 4 now. We're gonna see Razel finding a first blood yet again. That kilo in hand. He may have been struggling on the previous round, but now he's ready to business. They find another 2 more for them. Guffy finds the kill there onto Nokia. Snooze finds the kill but gets taken down by Guffy. 1 versus 3. Yet again, heavily favoring the Lux team. Legacy is gonna be left alone. The bomb has not been planted. And, well, Legacy holding on to a DLQ decided not to go for, I don't know if you've seen that top blue angle. Ooh, that shot finds the kill, goes for the double, misses the shot, misses the second. Oh, no.
Bruh.
Legacy.
Bruh. That was one of those bruh moments. Like, you get the hard kill, and the easy one is just lined up right there. He is literally playing the bomb. You can't seal the deal, and the 1v3 clutch becomes a nightmare. And we got a 3-1 lead. Lux recovering smoothly there. 3 players left alive. Well, make it 2 now as we did see that one get taken down. Parasite doing just some absolute demon work right here through mid. Finds Snooze and another. And now it is all on 2 players. Guffy taking down another in the back. So we are looking at Nokia getting taken down as well. Legacy, yet again in a 1v something scenario, it's going to be even harder. This time around, it's going to be a 1v5. He's going to need the ace for the clutch. Or will we see another round in favor of Lux? Well, this is a clutch or kick scenario. He might have just got kicked. Guffy, the shots from barrels. Top blue, not safe. Doesn't matter what side they're pushing.
Arguably, I would say that Lux has not gone for picks a single round yet. They are just committing to a plan. They're either going to A, either going to B, but they are going in as efficiently, as quickly as possible. And so far, it's worked 4 out of the 5 times they've tried that. This time around, they lose their first player, the Intel, but not before he got that kill onto one of the enemies. Now they're going to be defending Alpha, so far being pushed by Ether. Ether with his sliver of health, going to be able of finding the plant of this explosive device. 45 seconds on the clock, and with a kill in hand, gonna be defending behind this tractor. Waiting, looking at the barrels. He does see Razel. Razel looking for more so far with 5, looking for the 6th. And Burdick, he's back with the Outlaw High Noon in hand. This legendary skin. He already made it work once. Can he make it work twice? Parasite finds another kill. Razel finds the snipe onto his new. Such a nice shot. Oh my god, that's just nasty, bro. Gonna be spotted by Legacy. Legacy, the last player alive, but I love somehow. I thought he was not even gonna be able to see him, but all I love needs is a single pixel to find that snipe. Verdict. Gonna be defusing that bomb, but that was a naughty shot coming out of Razel with that Outlaw.
No, yeah, absolutely. You know, the ability to turn your opponents into dust. Certainly the you know, the kill effect that you see from the High Noon and the Outlaw is certainly not a gun that you usually see in a competitive scene unless you're the Angels, in which case you see a 4-man Outlaw team or 4-player Outlaw team. That's not the case here, though. This one player from Razel, he's got 7 on board. I know that 2 of them were found from, you know, Kilo action, but we see him flip back over as we flip sides and getting the job done there. Parasite rounds the corner. Nokia, even on the Chirp Chirp phone, is going to be able to find him out in the open. 2 kills on board for Nokia. The brick phones, can he find success here? They're going to need all the success in the world. All the hope in the world is in this round alone, or they will be eliminated, and their thoughts of a Mobile Mayhem Spring 22 season are out the window. Razel still with the High Noon in hand. He's going to round the corner. Multiples on point. Snooze sends him to the Oblivion, puts him in a bit of a nap scenario. Guffey now going to be in a 1v5. Finds one. Bomb is certainly going to go down after that. Aether is going to go ahead and seal the deal. And the pressure's on for Guffey. Can they close it out here in a 2-0 fashion? Oh my god, Guffey. You said he only needs 1 pixel. You were damn right, Gil.
That's right. Finds that nasty shot. Although Sona had a 1v5 that turned into a 1v3. But finally, Guffey gonna be surprised by Nokia. Gets the kill, gets the round. But still, we're gonna have Sona on the last sliver of health. And I'm glad we got to see that from Guffey. You know, I told you, like, all he needs is barely have a hint that there's an enemy behind a wall, behind a statue, behind whatever that might be. And he gets kill number 9. Another round into the books. Legacy finds the first blood. Benson takes the kill onto Parasite. It seems like Sona finally, they have woken up somehow, but they are 1 mistake away from getting eliminated. Like you mentioned, there's no more second chances. There's no more second opportunities. The second they lose a second map, they are out of business. They are out of the qualifiers. And so far, they are trying. They've gotten 2 kills. They're pushing for more. Ether takes the kill onto Dayton. Razel answers back by eliminating Benson, but then he gets taken down by Nokia. Guffey yet again, not a 1v5, but a 1v4. The bomb is bound to be planted through the wall. He was trying to land a shot. Not going to be the case. And this is going to be 40 seconds on the clock for Guffey to try to make it happen. He's once again going to be going through Delhi. Patiently waiting. Going on to the patio over at Granny's. Let's see how much damage he can do. But the timer is going to be getting lower and lower by the seconds. He knows this. He's not going to notice that Legacy was on top market. The second he was trying to slide big through Broken, he was annihilated by that shot. And verdict, another round for these 2. It seems like Sona definitely want to hang into their last opportunity.
Yeah, this is a make or break scenario here for them. Their opportunity is slowly coming to a halt here if they don't find success. Now, Legacy on these last few rounds has found tremendous success, though. Is going to be able to get the shots there to land on 1, but misses. Razel as the peek through the cubby sight is going to allow him the second opportunity to live. Now, as we have a 4v5, a minute and 30 on the clock, first blood does come through. Sona have capitalized on those first bloods these past few rounds and has able to extend their journey here for this Search and Destroy Redemption, take us to that game 3. And I'm a firm believer, if they can find 3, they can find 3 more. Vincent does a great job of finding another there as the 2-for-1 trades are in. Now with a minute left on the clock, they're going to have to make a push towards this A site now or B site now. As you can see, the odds and ends are covered. Only 1 player there on the A side effectively, and that's Daytel. He's not found a lot of success here holding this point by himself. And the push over from Guffey this time might be a little more successful. Does find one. Looking for shots on the bomb. That is going to be Guffey holding this back. The Cubby side is compromised. Legacy, now the last hope. With 45 seconds on the clock, it's either a race for the bomb or a team deathmatch. Whichever is his option, it looks like he's going to opt for the team deathmatch 1v2 style.
Yeah, Legacy, with everything against his favor, he's going to be trying to land a shot here. Finds the enemy. Doesn't get the right angle through a jump shot from the... Oh my god, Razel. It cannot be any other way, Verdict. It cannot be any other way. It started with the Outlaw. It ends with the Outlaw action. And that's a 6-3 victory in favor of Lux Aetherna. I'm interested to see how many kills Razel got that game, but I gotta say, between the Kilo and the Outlaw, the way this man was playing was absolutely phenomenal.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've read the patch notes, but clearly the Outlaw is better than the Kilo. And Razel's score and his kills will certainly reflect that, right? He picked up 2 kills with the Kilo. He picked up a vast majority of the rest, which is a total of 9. So 7 kills with Outlaw. I mean, that should surely tell you that the Kilo is less superior to the Outlaw High Noon. I don't know if it's the legendary skin, the glowing effect right here, or obliterating your opponents and sending them to the nether realm with, you know, a bit of a dust, you know, a dusting your opponent reaction. So huge kills coming through for Lux. They take the bag 6-3 in the search and destroy, and they move on for a second chance at life for this qualifier season. And that is going to be it for Sana. They are out at this point, and that is going to bring us to our last and final series of the night, Gil.
Yeah, we're gonna be done with this one. Like you mentioned, Sana had pretty good moments at both maps against Lux. Unfortunately, was definitely not enough for them to end up on top. So a round of applause for them. But it is Lux moving on to the next stage, and they will be the ones fighting versus Atlanta onto the next losers bracket round. That's not gonna be shown today, because like you mentioned, for last one of the night, that is gonna be Exile versus Apophis.
Yep,
that's how you pronounce it, right? Apophis.
That is exactly how you pronounce it. Exile, the all-female team that I've seen compete in other tournaments for once, getting a second opportunity here at Mobile Mayhem, and I hope the best for them as well as Apophis now, is one of these teams are going to be moving on to, you know, get an opportunity to play for Mobile Mayhem. And the other, their dreams and hopes for a Mobile Mayhem season are going to be out the window. So that is going to be our next and last season, series of the night, Exile versus Apophis. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to hear a quick word from COD Mobile. We're going to have a short intermission, get a chance to reset and refuel as we are getting in for the long run here for the night. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hear that quick word from COD Mobile and a short break. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, baby. That was dope. No lie.
What if it makes you feel any better? Ronan cries himself to sleep every night. Oh wait, I'm not muted on stream. Yeah, I'm not muted on stream. Stream can still hear me, but all right, we're gonna mute up, chat. I'm sorry. Exile, Apophis, the last series of the night. The journey ends here for one team. One team will be moving on and having a shot at a spot for Mobile Mayhem, ladies and gentlemen. So far, we've already seen two guaranteed spots come through, and that is going to be Euro Elite and Clash. They have secured their bag, and they are geared up for their spring 2022 season here for EU Mobile Mayhem. The qualifiers have been successful for them. Will it be successful for one of these two teams? Well, we're just going to have to find out, Gil. It is certainly a matchup that, you know, I'm not too familiar with Apophis. I got to see them on Tuesday. Haven't seen enough of them to make a proper prediction, but I guess we're just going to have to let the games play out because, I mean, at the end of the day, these two teams determine their fate. And one of them, their fate is going to be ending here.
Yes, we are still in the qualifiers. It's understandable for us to not be 100% sure what the potential outcome of the game can be. But I'm thrilled to see these last two. As you mentioned, they would be one step closer to make sure that they are going to be one of the teams qualified onto the Mobile Mayhem of Europe. But for now, I think we are also going to be taking a look at the best of 3 maps, right?
Yep, absolutely. We're going to be starting things off with a little bit of a hardpoint raid. Take it into a Hackney Yard Search and Destroy. And for Game 3, if it does make it that far, we are going to see a domination on standoff. So Kilo is going to be banned by Exile. SKS is going to be banned by Apophis. That's going to leave the CBR type and the M13 as viable options. As we've seen some, unorthodox, guns be used in qualifiers. Not as unorthodox as NA. I think I've seen a whole 5-stack with the RS. I didn't see it because I didn't watch it, but I think you got first-hand experience and it didn't pan out well, did it?
Yeah, it was not it was not necessarily the best, I want to say, but yeah, it's about to be interesting now. Hardpoint on raid. I've definitely liked the rotations that we've gotten for the majority of the maps tonight, and well, that is going to be another one into the books for me. Raid Asalto, as it is called in Spanish. It's something that I actually didn't know until someone told me. I've had the game in English for the longest time, but yeah, the majority of the maps are not translated, and this one is. But that's something that I wanted to mention. For now, I do see that slowed from the side of Apophis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
He's gonna be playing with a Holger, maybe.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're allowed one LMG, one marksman, one shotty per the rule set, and certainly the Holger is a viable LMG option. Not going to be viable in the shots through top laundry, and then it's going to be Exile with the first advantage. Val picking up 2 in the feed is going to be taken down. Blessing is going to come through from behind, picks up 2 off the rip. SC, the last hope here on this ringside. The retake is on point here for Apophis. They get the numbers in the point. They get the control right around ring, and here it goes. The P1 about 30 seconds in. Not a sign of relief here for the side of Exile as of yet, but it is all going to be again yet on SC for the contest.
Looking at the overall kill department, and it seems like we are going to see 2 kills for each player. Almost everyone on the side of Exile getting 2 kills while defending inside of the objective. The last 10 seconds are not even going to be contested by the side of Apophis. They are already rotating towards kitchen, and inside of it we're going to have Blessing with the type 25. Through the smoke he sees the enemy. He does get himself taken out. I thought he was going to get a kill, but that's not going to be the case. A good initial clear off of that kitchen is going to allow Exile to get the initial hold. I thought that was going to be favoring Apophis, but the way they collectively pushed at once was so strong that the side of Apophis could not answer back. But back-to-back take-ons. Now we are inside with Psychos using the M13. It's pretty wild the fact that they have been allowing the opponents to back-to-back just be back and forward with the control of the objectives.
Yeah, it's been a battle back and forth. Not a lot of great holds for either team on either the ring or the kitchen side. Obviously, Exile gets the break last second. They get those last few trickle points. They sacrifice those last 2 trickle points to muster up a push through the backside of kitchen, where they do get the retake. However, the retake is handed right back over in favor of Apophis, where again it was a battle back and forth, and Exile again reigned supreme and were able to get the last few of these trickle points. Now the last 4 seconds going to go uncontested. slowed already, setting up for a P3 bunker, and you can see the garage site certainly a point where you could afford to set up for new, and they have done so with only a 20-point deficit. So we'll see if they can rack it up now as the contest coming from each and every angle. The gym site certainly a sweaty one indeed. Now as we are getting into it, that is going to be Val with the initial break, and the kills come through. Exile get a full take, and this is absolutely not looking good for Apophis.
Yeah, they are constantly trying to get inside the objective, but constantly also said no by the side of Exile. Now they're finally getting some hold, but at the end they're using their operators. The death machine is done, but now the Sparrow, let's see how much damage he can do, finds the kill onto 80. Gonna be trying to clear the point, but with the help of Bao, that's all they need. More points in favor of Exile. And we are on what a lot of people are calling the scrap time, but the thing is, Verdict, we've seen that now 3 times in a row where Apophis is just leading the scrap time onto the enemies, which is understandable to do once, twice, a couple of times, but at the same time, I think those scrap times that they've held onto the enemies, like they've given to the enemies, are the points that they are going to be losing to right now. It's going to be a 50 points difference between one another, but they rotated over at this basketball court. But they were once again taken out. While defending inside, are gonna be using these core streaks. The operators is also available using the Tag 5 right now. That's yet again the retake by the side of Exile. Finally getting the hold they needed. Finally being able to constantly be inside of it. And if I'm being honest, this could be the beginning of the end now.
It is, and Apophis need to make something shake here. The break is not going to come through. It is going to be 27 seconds left. Plenty of scrap to scrap for, and it has certainly been all Exile in the feed. As I say, that SSV comes through with 2 on board, but the staircase push is not going to be successful. What is successful is Exile. They have done great jobs of getting retakes, getting control of the point, holding them on that P3 break. P4, nothing has changed. And we're going to buckle up for a quick listen, and we're going to see if those comms are on point just as their game plan or game play has been, as we go in for a quick listen in with the side of Exile.
GG. Vas-y, focus.
Ah, red, ils ont tech 5, double SK, 2 double SK.
Let's go. On a charré, hein. Ah, dans le coin, ici. Mort.
Ah, dans le coin. Double SK.
Je sais encore.
Mort.
Tension Pilar.
Pilas,
On a une balle. Ah, une balle, deux dans le point.
Un pilar.
Pilar, c'est bon. Allez.
Let's go, la route.
Connex, faites la route. Et c'est pas Henri. Faites la route.
Ah, regarde, gauche.
Encore un dans le point, côté Zig.
Mort.
GG, Gonex.
Je suis Onyx. Je pêche en rond.
T'as Henri, Kaiser.
Un HP, top Henri.
Kitchen.
Mort.
Allez, let's go.
Mort, top Henri.
Ammonie.
Henri.
Mort, Moni.
Driveway dead. Encore un driveway. En bas, prends. Little Bouval, le petit, red.
Mort, top Henri. J'ai Henri.
Tag 5.
Deux morts.
GG. Tag 5, boost. Push. Tag 5, l'équipe.
Je suis mort.
J'ai l'entrée.
Des points.
J'ai l'entrée.
Une balle. Deuxième mort.
J'ai l'entrée, vous inquiétez pas. Tenez vos pauses.
Mid.
Pilas. Mort, Pilas.
All right, we can see it now. The break comes through in that P5 rotation. The last 10 seconds, yet again, going in favor of Exile. They get the break early here on the ring side. They never really look back. It is twice the score more for Exile, as they have racked up a lot of time. And Apophis, you said it earlier, maybe the beginning of the end. Well, the end is certainly near for them if they cannot find any kind of, money out of this next rotation.
They certainly need it right now, and they are trying to get there, but they are not finding a way through. They are once again getting taken out. The next one to try to get in is gonna be Psychos. Psychos gets there, 1v3, finds a lot of damage, but gets taken down. We still have Bao inside. Gonna be finding a double, going for more, gets executed by the Purifier. This operator saving the day, as Exile are 1 point away from 200, while the side of Apophis does not find a way to get over onto the 3 digits numbers. Inside of it, IDU have done a tremendous job so far. Plenty of kills with that Purifier, gonna be pushed at the distance, but he can just safely back out through the smoke. He knows that they're pushing, turns around, finds the kill onto Vengeance, goes through the smoke, hurting the enemy, gets taken down, but finally a good chunk of points is gonna be given to the side of Apophis as they rotate as per usual early onto the garage area's load. Gonna be taken down by Kaiser. The next one is gonna be Psychos getting taken down again by Kaiser. Verdict. They constantly try to be there first. You also gotta defend, and so far Apophis has been completely unable to do so.
Well, they are going to get the break there, and the time, even though they rotated early and didn't look promising off the rip, they are going to get the break here in the initial hold. One player in Blessings doing a great job of holding down the fort on the backside of this blue van. Slow, not going to find anything with the operator, the death machine, the contest. SC now has pulled out what looks like the Purifier, but they are all the way on the opposite end of this garage. It is a split down the middle decision, and nobody is going to be clear victors of this garage site. And if you are the side of Exile, you put yourself in a good spot, because right here, you really don't need the points. You've already gained, you know, a 100-point lead. Now it's just a matter of denying those points, and they've done a phenomenal job of doing so. The Magician finally going to be taken down. A little bit of magic coming through on the backside there for the side of Apophis, but the scrap time, nobody is able to take advantage of. Now the rotation on P4. 210 to 120 lead for Exile. This needs to be a full hold here for the side of Apophis. So while they're getting ready for this P4 rotation, we're going to go ahead and do a listen and see if they can redeem themselves and see how the comms sound with this P4 hold. It needs to be one for a lifetime.
Sur le point.
Dans le point, deux dans le point.
Fenêtre window, fenêtre banque.
Dead dans le point. Allez, one shot, GG. Dans mon back.
Top.
Dead QB. Il est one shot.
QB, 3, 4 dans le point, 4.
Allez, on y va.
Pull.
À droite, push 2. Dans le point encore.
Au top.
Et vont next.
Transat.
Kitchen, nice. Poussez pilier. Double stairs. Pull.
On va next.
Pull, attention.
Le stairs.
Dead, pull.
Ils ont tac 5 aussi, tac 5.
Il rentre kitchen. Allez les mecs, c'est pas fini.
Kitchen, ils sont kitchen.
Corner mid à gauche.
Para dans le point. Zigzag. Encore un kitchen. 3 dans le point. Allez mec, devant. Ils sont dans le point. C'est sûr.
All right, the comms for the P4 rotation, they get a little bit of, an opportunity to extend this game, but it is only a matter of moments. Only 13 seconds separate Exile from a Game 1 victory, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find it easy here on this P5 reset. Looking at a P1 third time around is a possibility, as the hold here in this courtyard has been pretty solid so far. Again, not a moment of a mistake can come through for the side of Apophis if they want to see another hill life. That is going to be extending us to a P1 reset. Third time's a charm. And with 13 seconds only needed, this is a game where, I mean, it should have been over on that P5 rotation, but just not enough momentum going into it for the side of Exile. Could this be a beginning of a comeback here for the side of Apophis, Gil?
Well, I just saw a double piece there by Slowed with a death machine going for a third one, going for a 4 piece, gonna be taken down. That was a clean entrance for the player. Now SSB doing his deed. Finds a couple more kills, but they are not with anyone inside. That's the control that the side of Exile needed. Verdict Apophis had a phenomenal hold of P5. But as we went back to P1 reset for the third time, you said it, it was definitely the charm for the side of Exile. That is going to be a victory. Pretty heavily onto the side of Exile, but not as big as it could have been at first glance, right? The side of Apophis was capable of holding that last set of points pretty accordingly to what they needed, but unfortunately for them, once it came down to the side of Ring, not possible, not an option. The side of Exile has had enough, and as such, take the dub. 47 kills for Vengeance, by the way, Birdie.
47
to
good
20.
night.
Look at that.
That is just a ridiculous number to see, especially in a game that almost ended early. I mean, we didn't even, have... I was thinking this was going to be closed out before P5 comes through, but a god tier hold for the players over at Apophis. They get that P1 reset for a third time around, but bit off a little bit more than they could chew, as they did not have the player advantage going into that ringside. They had the player advantage, but the streaks, or not the score streak, but the operators certainly playing a massive factor. Magician was almost flawless with the Annihilator on that run into that P1 reset. 47 kills for Vengeance. They were just absolutely killing it. On the flip side of things, you got 2 minutes and 38 seconds for Val on the objective at a +7 KD. Absolutely killing it for the side of Apophis. A little bit of a struggle for someone to, kind of compete with that. When you got 5 players for Exile who are almost a minute plus, and then you've got 2 players who are sitting on 40s. Definitely, something that you need to focus on a little bit. Or actually, 3 players. I just saw SSV, who goes net neutral and is the only player close to going positive. I mean, looking at the score line, the kills, I mean, they got outslayed heavily. It is not even close. The fact that they were able to extend it to a P1 reset a third time around, kind of impressive.
Yeah, definitely. They took their opportunities, took their chances, and well, fortunately enough for them, they closed that score a little bit. But at the end of the day, like you said, if you're getting outslayed that heavily against the team that was so well coordinated, you are in for trouble. And well, that's a victory for Exile. We're gonna be mowing now, getting ready for the second game. That is gonna be S&D on Hackney Yard, the side of Exile, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Exile will be on the offensive side first. And I gotta say, if they got a clear strategy to play as they are the ones to try to plant the bomb, it's gonna be a top defense for the team Apophis.
It is, and this is, obviously we're in the lower portion of the bracket. The winner moves on, the loser kicks rocks. And based off of what we just saw, the hard point, I mean, Exile came through with a ton of energy. They outslayed their opponents. They closed it out in that P1 reset. When you're able to outperform your opposing team that heavily, it's kind of demoralizing. I hope that the side of Apophis is able to regroup, and certainly should be able to do so on the defense here in Hackney Yard. Obviously, this map is it's a bit difficult to make those transitions, but if you make a commitment towards the site, you got to stick firm to it. So we'll see if the slaying power comes into effect for this Hackney Yard as they make that A-side push. I mean, the amount of trades that they were able to get off the rip, I would assume the gun skill will prevail over, any kind of tactics or, any other factor outside. We'll just have to see how it pans out now as we're going to go ahead and dive into it. This is potentially the last night of the game too, Gil. So a lot on the line here for both of these teams. Apophis, obviously, they're playing for their lives. Exile, they found themselves a one-game cushion. Certainly anything can happen.
Anything can happen indeed. Once again, here on a map of S&D, I'm noticing that the offensive players are sort of spreading out. Val playing with the M13 on the right side of the map without any allies close to him. Pretty aggressive move coming from the Magician with M13. He could find quite a few unexpected players of him being here. If he is careful enough, he's gonna not notice Slowed. Finds the kill onto AV. Finds the double onto SV. Finds the triple onto Slowed. Bloodfest here for the Magician, leading to a 1v4. Blessing, last player alive. And the side of Apophis struggling right from the beginning. The bomb is gonna be planted, Verdict, but That triple piece was just nasty by the Magician, thanks to a super aggressive push that pretty much no one was expecting.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, you would see a disappearing act, enters into the top warehouse area, finds 3 off the bat, and, you know, they're gone for this round. Blessing rounds the corner. Magician, flawless in every gunfight he took. 4 kills on board for the Magician. And certainly pulling out some, you know, rabbits out of the hat in that round. And you see the God tier push. I don't know how you get that kind of control in a top warehouse area where your opponents are literally right on the outskirts of the building or right underneath you, and nobody's able to, recover from that. So a solid round for the side of Exile. They pick up the first round, but First Blood is going to go in favor as Vengeance has dropped. Magician's still alive, so maybe we'll see if he has any more magic tricks up his sleeve.
So far, he's not as aggressive as he was last round. He knows that not necessarily going to work twice. He knows that enemies are now going to be keeping an eye open, preventing him from rotating so easily onto that area, like you mentioned. Cannot be allowed to be doing that again. Finds the first enemy through the wall, decides not to go for the wallbang. There you go. You may be activating those magical wallbangs, but unfortunately not going to be landing any of those. What it is landing could be potential... hold of this. Oh, never mind. I was gotta say that SC holding the bomb could be pushing, but no, got spotted by Slowed. That is the second kill that he's gotten this round, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, second kill for him. That's a great start of round in favor of Apophis. Exile not having it as easy as they would have liked to on this one. Now the Magician once again gonna be pushing all the way onto the enemy spawn verdict. Somehow he just disappears off enemy's view and appears right behind them. Right now, going to be pushing on to Blessing. Blessing cannot answer back. Like, absolutely, how are you supposed to expect a Magician to be there? But that's the whole point of being a Magician, and he's done that to perfection, leading to the First Blood in favor of Exile in this round.
Yeah, the Magician never reveals his secrets. He's just, I literally, swapped point of views just because I didn't see anything happening. And I get back over to the Magician. He has somehow found his way into the spawn sites of the opponents, and he does the deed and disappears as adios. But 4 players left to make some shake here for the side of Apophis. They find a little bit of a redemption here in the second round. A little bit more stability now. They take care of that factor of holding up the top side of the warehouse. And the Magician, not a fool to push a second time in a row. You abuse one thing, you abuse the first round. Obviously, you got to know that they're going to be waiting for you. Surely, the defense played very calmly there. Top side of the warehouse controlled. You deal with the pest. You make them pay. Certainly was a little bit of a shaky round for the side of Exile. Now, not so shaky here. They're looking for aggression. And Psycho's literally the only player here to defend the B side with 5 players all stacked up in the warehouse.
First Blood in favor of Blessing. That need and eliminate one of the players over at Exile. The bomb is going to be planted by Val. Val planting the bomb immediately. They want to be more aggressive when it comes down to planting those explosive device. The defense now going to be held by different angles. The first one to be fighting, as per usual, going to be the Magician. Magician not hiding anymore. Putting up front against the enemies, but that's not working so far. Blessing finds a double there. 2v5, scratch that. 1v5. The Magician once again behind one enemy, but not the second. Psychos. I don't know if you saw that, but he literally jumped from the left side, took that quick shot. The bomb is gonna be defused. Apophis are having great start of 2 rounds in a row, and they are accordingly leading their opponents against the ropes. That's something that I feel Exile are getting wrong in here. You know, the fact that they're losing players and they have not been able to recover from that.
Well, I gotta say, the side of Apophis has literally adapted in real time. And look at this, the aggression is 100% met. The A-side push, denied. Magician and Vengeance is going to be the last 2 alive. And it is going to be more than a magic act that is necessary for this round to be turned around. So, Vengeance looking for the wall bangs on the backside of the spawn. Looking to rotate back through tire shop. Literally not a single play could pan out here unless Vengeance just happens to knock a few before, anybody noticing. And that just hasn't been the case. As you can see it, 1:20 on the clock. The A-side push rejected 100%. And I got to give it to Apophis. After that first round, they literally changed everything about how they played. And it has been for the better. Now Magician looking for a little bit of a turnaround here. does slide
What
peek
was
the
that?
angle. I love the jiggle peek. I love the bounce back into the wall. I love the fact that he didn't overextend. It is now on the prowl looking for some shots, but he doesn't know it. But there's someone right behind him in P3, and that could be huge. Vengeance on the backside does find one before they drop. And now it's a 1v3, so 2 players have gone for the price of 4. But again, that player in P3 lurking absolutely paid off. And that's 3 rounds in a row here for Apophis. They have turned this search around and are begging for a Game 3 opportunity.
Said it perfectly. Just lurking in the shadows, waiting for someone to bite the bait. And that was the Magician dying, leading to another point in favor of Apophis. They've struggled so much onto respawns, but it comes down to S&D. They've done a great job so far here. They are leading to a 3-1 lead for themselves. Vengeance, though, now redeeming the team as they get the first blood for the first time in a bit now. The one carrying the bomb is SC, but every time that they think about pushing potentially onto that warehouse, they tend to be playing a lot more cautiously. And that hasn't worked so far for them. I'm not too sure if they're going to be trying to switch that around. As per usual, the Magician going to be on this top side. Going to be landing a few shots onto Psychos, but can't find the revenge. You know who can? That is going to be Vengeance. This is the kill onto SV. Double kill for AD. Evening numbers out. 3 versus 3. 2-for-2 trades. Magician finds the kill. Once again behind enemy. Backlines looking for more. Gonna find Psychos. Doesn't land the last shot. Somehow Psychos won that fight with a Deagle. The bomb is gonna be planted in the meantime, but damage already done, and that's gonna be a 2v2 left on this run.
Yeah, you can see it. The 2 players left alive, Vengeance and Val, they have a combined total of 4 kills, and you got Blessings, who has 6 in his, by himself. Does it? What? Whoa. Rounds the corner, spots Val, the trigger discipline on point, but I don't know if it's going to pay off. You can see they've got controlled here on the bottom side of the P1. Vengeance does push out, does win a god-tier gunfight right there, but does round the corner, doesn't anticipate Psychos to be there. Val wins a massive one. It is literally one shot. We got a 3-2 game, flipping the sides, flipping the script, switching it up. The attack now here for the side of Apophis. They found 3 in a row after kind of getting abused in that first round. But everything has been, locked and loaded for them ever since. They have not had any round where they have just been blown away. As a matter of fact, Psychos hitting one of the craziest shots through the top side of the wall and into the face of Kaiser right there. Or was that Vengeance? That was Vengeance. They were literally on top of the what is this? Is this a freaking... Is that a bodega?
What now?
That is a... what are those portable homes called? An RV. Not an RV. You guys get the picture. I didn't even know the caller right there, but I didn't even realize that was a camper. That's what it is. It's a camper. And not the kind of camper you expect from COD, right?
Oh, in here, once again, like you mentioned, Exile struggling like crazy. Finally, Magician finding the first blood with the sniper. For some reason, Verdict is going to be holding on to crossbow as a secondary weapon. He's allied. The last one is dead. 1v4. Bomb is going to be planted right now. Less than a minute left for him to try to act back. I'm not too sure if he can be able to land another sneaky show for the enemies. Lands that quick flick onto his load. Takes him out. 30 seconds on the clock, looking for more. And I'm questioning the fact that he's using this secondary, but he's still pushing with the DLQ so far. Looking to find that kill. Takes out the crossbow. Wants to take a kill with it. Gonna find the first 2 enemies. Misses the first shot. Doesn't realize that there was someone lurking on the ground. Psychos finish him off. 4-2 lead. 1 more into the side of Apophis. They have done a phenomenal job, and like you mentioned, they are adapting. And now that they are on the offensive side, whatever strategy they may be switching onto, it's always working for them. And even more so with the fact that they are constantly getting at least 1 or 2 kills pretty early on onto Exile.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, a Magician looking to do some magic work here is going to be able to find one and a do. He has been a pest this P1 site now, as he is not going to be having to worry about that. So the first bloods are in. Nothing in the trade for the side of Apophis. As a matter of fact, Val's going to be able to find their third, and now we're looking at a solid defending round here for the side of Exile. They might be able to find the third round for themselves. Oh my God, Vengeance, where'd you hit that from? The top side of this backside building where the little overlook is at. Blessing's going to be one shot, going to be no shots, and that's going to be SC picking up the last. The gap is slowly getting bridged, but the advantage still in favor of Apophis. Obviously, they are playing for their life here. They have to win this Search or Destroy in order to see a Game 3. In Exile, they only need 3 rounds to close it out, so anything possible here. We've seen some pretty crazy rounds in the Search, as we've seen it. Magician going to be first blood. I think that's the first time that has happened.
For now, first blood. Apophis, as per usual, gating it. The bomb is going to be immediately planted, going all the way around. That's going to be Kaiser. Kaiser trying to surprise enemies. Going to be shooting at SV. Not going to land the kill, unfortunately. SC with a CVR. Going to be in a really good spot if he decides to push. Ups not to. Through the smoke. Not going to see anyone quite yet. Goes behind that truck. Finds Blessing. Takes the kill. Looking for more. Let's see how much damage he can do. Vengeance landing that snipe. That could be really beneficial to the side of Exile. They want to win this round, but the timer's too low. Only 12 seconds on the clock. SB, there's the kills. One more enemy alive. That's going to be his load. All he's got to do is play around time, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Yo, Vengeance, you look, if you're gonna snipe, you have to go for the bomb defuse right there. You gotta allow your Slayer and Val, who's got a CBR, the opportunity to put some shots on there. And Slowed, 200 IQ. Baits the opponents, waits and plays time, and pushes when is necessary. Absolutely textbook perfect from them. They close the round out, and we're on map point. We might be seeing another game here tonight if Exile can't pick up the pieces and close it out in 2. Adu gonna do what he does best. Slow gonna be able to assist. The kills are in. Kaiser's down. The Magician's down. It is Vengeance and Val all on their own. We saw how unsuccessful they were last round. Well, guess what? It's all on Vengeance. 7 kills on board. Minute and 30 on the clock. Bombs surely going down, which means the clock is going to be reduced. 44 seconds on the clock now as a 1v4 will ensue. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll go ahead and call it here. We are going to a Dom game unless Vengeance pulls off just a... Oh! I might have eaten... Oh my God, no dice! How do they say it in Spanish, Gil? No mommies!
No, trying to look for the last one, trying to bait him out. This is a little bit of damage verdict. He's going for the defuse.
Oh!
He's
Slow!
going for the defuse.
No way! The disrespect. Vengeance, the 1v4, doesn't even need to get the last player. Apophis are down bad, homie.
Wow, that triple. Then to follow with a sneaky defuse in front of the enemy. Look at him right into the eye, dead center of him. He knew he was there. The enemy knew he was there, but he could not react on time. He bait him onto thinking that the bait was a bait, but the bait was the bait itself. Took that defusal, took that round, but we are moving on to round number 10. No one has been killed, but verdict, the bomb is already planted by Apophis.
Yeah, and you gotta say it, like, Morales gotta be completely down after that round. You had a 4-1 rolling with the bomb planted. Ain't no way Vengeance gets the shots. Well, homie, you gotta rewatch it. I literally clipped it. I cannot wait to post it. Vengeance, you're so madly disrespectful. You just did what you had to do that was necessary. Vengeance is going to bite the dust right there. SSV going to be able to take down 1 before they go. It's 2 for 1. Make it 2 for 1. Kaiser looking for some shots through. Is going to find shots in. And now it's all on Val, who's going to round the corner. Is not going to be able to win that gunfight as it was a one-shot opportunity. The one shot comes through, and we are buckling up for a Game 3, even though that was a... my God, I don't think I've seen a Search or Destroy quite that eventful. Not in qualifiers, at least.
Yeah. So much stuff happened on a single map, coming from the magical act of disappearing from the Magician himself, all the way down to an amazing Vengeance play. But with all that, Exile could not take over onto the side of Apophis, given the fact that they were losing players so early on. It bites them in the neck, they bleed to death. And yet, like you mentioned, they have to give in, as we will be moving on to the map number 3. But before that, taking a look at the overall standings, there's a slight but still noticeable amount of kills favoring obviously the side of Apophis in this game.
Yeah, that's something that we didn't anticipate coming into this one. Is we saw it in the hard point. Like, I believe they were out fragged by at least 30 kills. I mean, that's me being generous. It might have been more. There was just so many players negative. 4 out of the 5, and then the one that's not negative is net neutral. When you go into a search or destroy game on Hackney Yard, obviously strategies be absolutely on point. We saw the slaying come through in round 1, but it was, you know, everything but moving forward. It was a lot of positioning, a lot of points being taken advantage of, and the side of Apophis, they have found life here in the search and destroy, taking us to that game 3 domination where, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, our last game of the night, 100% guaranteed, is going to be a standoff domination. So we're going to get geared up for that. And Gil, I'm going to be honest with you, after seeing that one, bro, even though the side of Exile couldn't close it out, that was a hell of a search game for them, right? Roller coaster, homie. I was up and down so much, I felt like I was at a Catholic church. I mean, it was... I was up and down, bro. Like, I just didn't know what to think.
I am I'm with you on that one. It was absolutely crazy. So many different opportunities for Exile to try to come back from. At the same time, Apophis constantly trying to say no to them. We are all pretty much settled for the last one. Now, 100% of the night, last map. No more seconds for either of the two. We would like to say that it's possible for Exile to end up with a dub, but verdict. So we did on S&D, and it was pretty evident that, well, the side of Apophis had a lot of show still.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Now, we are not even going to waste you guys' time, you guys and gals. We are here for it. Standoff. 100% the last map of the night, and the last opportunity for both of these teams to display their skill. One of these teams are going to be moving on, obviously. The other one's going to be heading home without an opportunity for a Mobile Mayhem life. And certainly, may the best team win. GG's, good luck. This is it. Leave it here, or you will never have that second opportunity for a Spring 22 season. Right now, the kills are coming through, and it's a split decision. However, no map control as of yet. It does look like the side of Exile are going to have a little bit of ring control, or not ring control, but statue control, which they have lacked the backside push, which you can see is already being taken advantage of. Top market, 100% slowed. He is all there for it and looking for anybody who makes that transition through is going to catch one off guard. 3 kills and board. That should be a B cap, right?
That should pretty much be it, as he finds even another kill blessing inside of it. Gonna be spotted by Val. Val gonna take him off, clearing that B area, immediately allowing SB to eventually help out. SB, finds a double, goes for the triple, trying to clear B through the smoke. The assistance comes through. Another kill for SB. 3 in total, looking for more. Gonna find kill number 4. Yes, he can. Can he find the 5th one over at Delhi? Yes, he gets a 180. How do you get that kill onto Val? Buddy, what are you doing there?
Look, I can understand Vengeance, because it looked like Vengeance went AFK. They just stopped moving. But the other, wow, disrespect. Certainly some map control coming through for both sides, unable to get the B cap to come through. Kaiser looking for the shots, but is certainly going to be shut down. So SSV continuing on the rampage that we see here in Game 3. Standoff might be their map 100%. Certainly looking for some shrieks galore. Is going to go ahead and pull out the Predator missile. Is going to catch one in the spawn. Magician out. The cluster on the line. Is he going to play aggressive? Is going to get shut down, and that's tough. When you're that far into a streak and you get into a position where you're that compromised, I would have loved to see him play his life a little better there.
Yeah, unfortunately going to be spotted. Now V is still not taking quite yet. Inside of it, there's going to be Blessing with a CVR through the smoke. He knows that they're going to be pushing. Wants to feel sure that he is not going to get killed. That's why he goes around, finds the kill, finds another, goes for the triple, and takes the Blessing. Doing his job just right. Then followed after by SB. The B cap is gonna come through. The double flag is in favor of the side of Exile. Great start for them, executing to perfection. They finally found an opening and took advantage of it. They take that, and I'm sure they're gonna be leading to a lot here. Verdict, I'm looking at Slowed, using an AMAX once again, but with a scope I don't think I've ever seen in competitive before.
No, I don't think I have either. And as a matter of fact, you can see it, the lack of options for, you know, attachments with a scope being added to the mix, it certainly makes it an option where it's probably not as viable. The retake comes through, and the reverse coming back in favor of Apophis. They are rocking and rolling. We're going to go ahead and take advantage of this time as they have the double cap. We're going to go ahead and buckle up for a quick listen-in for the side of Apophis, see if they can handle the remainder of this first half performance that they have started.
Statue low sur B.
Faut refresh les gars. Deli.
Donc là, B, il faut diminuer le B un petit peu les gars quand même, dès qu'on peut.
Middle, il est sur B, il va sur B, 2 B. Ok, il a
J'ai raté toutes mes balles, je suis désolé.
Tous ceux qui ont B ils sont morts, tous ceux qui étaient sur B ils sont morts.
Ok, bien joué.
Ok, venez, on va city là. Attends,
Ouais, y'a un mec Deli.
Broken, y'a un mec broken de ce machine.
Il y en a 2 tracteurs. 2 tanks maintenant, 2 tanks statue.
Statue Ok, focus.
Boxy.
Boxy? Non, broken. Ouais, Boxy, il est tank, et un Boxy.
Boxy, 1 HP.
Back-alley, Deli.
Mid street low. Top bleu low.
One shot au tank.
Vas-y, go recap le B.
Mort au
Top
tank.
bleu,
Top bleu mort.
Ça arrive, mid street.
Sur le point, devant, bien vu.
Encore un,
Je sais pas si-
on aide, ça pousse.
Dans le tam, dans le bac.
Il y a 2. Un top bleu et un bottom.
J'ai mon vortex.
Je me suis fait avoir par magicien, il a
Non, dans le statut.
Go.
Il y en a un dans le point, bien vu.
Top bleu, un HP.
Il y en a 2 chez eux encore.
Je suis avec toi.
You see it, the lead swapping back over in favor of the side of Exile, and they have found a little success in the comms. You heard it, you know, they want to make a collective push. They burn a lot of resources along the way, and the time expires before we even reach 100 gil. Still a toss-up, only a 5-point advantage, but any advantage in this game is certainly going to be favorable as we roll into the second half.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how the side of Apophis have been able to just turn onto a completely different team to what we saw on the first game now, actually holding their ground, making, Exile, making sure that they turned it around. But Apophis are not too far behind, like you mentioned. Through the smoke, that could be a huge opening for the side of Exile. They only need a few more seconds, but they couldn't do it on time. Now the Magician gonna be trying to defend with this AMAX, not gonna be landing the shots through the smoke, trying to make it happen, trying to make a defense, but not gonna be an option. Now finally going back out, but missing almost each and every single shot. It has to come down to a grenade from Messi to clear that path and prevent the side of Apophis from finding that capture verdict. Apophis are here and they are trying their hardest to win it.
No, they're doing a damn good job there. I mean, the numbers were on the B cap. The grenade comes through, and thankfully it prevents it for Exile. But Apophis showing night and day performances since the Search and Destroy, right? You get a big game-changing Search and Destroy on Hack the Yard, get a little bit of momentum rolling into this domination. And right now, the second half, it is a bloody one. Both teams unable to successfully put their foot on the hill, but here comes the cluster. The streak's certainly a factor. The B cap comes through, and Exile looking to continue on with their advantage. The Predator missile is certainly going to be earned from Vengeance, and here comes the push. The B cap is in, and this might be it for Apophis. Certainly streak still on deck here for Exile. They could certainly close this one out. Before they do, we're going to give them an opportunity to sound off as we're going to do a quick listen-in with the side of Exile, see how the games or the comms sound for this last game of the night.
Dead. Tracteur encore, tracteur, il bouge statue. Tracteur.
Dans le bac.
Sur C, ça veut pusher.
Mort, tracteur.
Il est top, il est top.
Encore un last tracteur.
Mort, prenez vos pauses. GG, guys. Sur C, attention.
Mort.
Prenez vos pauses.
GG, on garde nos...
Prenez vos pauses.
Go tracteur.
Ça passe tracteur.
Dead. Encore un.
Allez, on focus.
Un HP tracteur, il va statue.
Granny, top granny.
Cubi.
Granny encore. Granny, il va bottom. Devant toi, vengeance.
Ouais, bottom Granny, j'ai besoin d'aide.
Tracteur.
Granny, push pas.
Bon, facteur.
GG.
J'ai. C'est good ça, allez, prenez les pauses. Je vais pas caler.
Broken, Garden un HP, bottom Granny. Ils sont un HP.
Mort.
T'es dead.
Dans ton bas, Garden.
Encore une balle, bottom Granny, une balle. Ça peut station. Full back allez.
Ils veulent C.
Oui, je pense.
Ils veulent C.
Broken, ils sont C les gars. Broken. GG.
Gobé. GG l'équipe.
Top bleu.
All right, you heard it there. GG coming through. The time is certainly a factor. The B cap still in favor of Exile. They might have booked an opportunity for another chance for a mobile Mayhem qualifying spot. And I don't know about you, Gil, but I know for a fact everyone was Tractor. That's the bro. I can't tell you how many times I heard Tractor in those comps.
Pretty evident that that's an area that they are heavily focused on, and right now there's no way for the side of Apophis to come back from. They had the lead at the beginning of the game. Right now they're trying to capture B, but even with a double, even with a triple cap, there's only 45 seconds on the clock, Verdict. Nothing can change the outcome of this scenario, and that is going to be a victory in favor of Exile, holding on to Charlie, holding on to Bravo, taking the lead, taking the dub after such a difficult game of S&D, a really dominant game of Hardpoint. They struggled a bit at the beginning of Domination, but now they are gonna be moving on to the next round. They're gonna continue with the dream of getting to be a part of the Mobile Mayhem League. As of right now, we gotta say goodbye to Apophis, but a big round of applause. They definitely overcome to their unfortunate results on game one. Absolutely.
That is it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, a great run there for Apophis, but Exiled on the backs of a great domination game and able to get that tractor control. Certainly a huge factor in this second half, and a big lead rolling into the end of this game. 37-25 for Vengeance. Saw the 1v4 clutch in the Search and Destroy. Obviously not enough to close it out in 2, but brings their A game for the domination. Standoff has never looked better for them. 32-17 for the Magician. A little bit of magic tricks here and there. 2 caps to go along with it. And they are on board to compete for a spot in the qualifiers and Apophis. I'm sorry your journey has to end there. It was a hell of a run, but when you can't find any kind of success in any respawn game that you play, Search and Destroy can only take you so far. That is certainly where they're going to meet their demise, and ladies and gentlemen, that is certainly where we're going to end the night. Take a look at it, the standings. Obviously, we're going to give you a sneak peek because we have that set in stone. 2 teams have already bid their way in. That is going to be Clash and Euro Elite. 2 teams that we are very familiar with being in Mobile Mayhem seasons. It's no, surprise that they have found success in the qualifiers and already booked their tickets. Now we're waiting for those last 2 to consolidate and figure out who's going to be moving on. Well, obviously, I'm taking a look at the bracket, and Atlanta and Lux, Portugal and Exile. These 2 teams, or 4 teams, are going to square off. Atlanta and Lux in the losers round 3 bracket. Winner of that game will move on to the Mobile Mayhem as well as in the qualifiers tournament. Portugal and Exile, winner of that series, will move on to Mobile Mayhem regular season and as well as the lower portion of the bracket. So, Gil, it's been a hell of a night, bruv.
It's been pretty interesting. Although we had quite a few 2-0 results, I gotta say that each and every one of those had their own big moments. And for that, I'm thankful also. Thank you for you guys for watching. It's been an amazing day, quote-unquote 3, like you mentioned. And this is not the end. We're gonna have a couple more that is going to be on Tuesday, right?
If I'm not mistaken, we're going to put a tweet out, so make sure you guys are following Mobile Mayhem on Twitter, as well as myself and Gil, as we'll be possibly on the 1s and 2s. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we progress through the qualifiers. Obviously, Imperium's going to be joining us back for the regular season. but we don't have a set in stone co-caster for the qualifiers. That's quite all right. I did it solo on Tuesday. I was so thankful to see Gil's face for today, not only because he's just a gorgeous man, but because he also sounds good when he talks too. So it also helps when I don't have to do all the talking and you guys don't have to, you know, shoot me in the foot for making mistakes nonstop when I'm doing it solo. And, you know, there we go. That's the smile we love to see. That is going to be it for tonight. If you're just not joining us in, I'm going to kind of do a quick recap just to show you the results. Clash, obviously 2-0 over Atlanta, bid their part for a Mobile Mayhem seed. Euro Elite, the same with Portugal, 2-0 over them. Lux Eterna, they fight it out and win 2-0 over Sana in a bloody last series of the night, leaves Exile the last team standing on the bottom portion of the bracket for the Apophis. They are out. So that is going to conclude our stream for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Gil, it was a pleasure, homie.
It was a pleasure indeed, and it seems like according to running, what we are gonna have on Tuesday will be that game between Clash and Euro Elite, and the third round of the losers bracket. So look forward for that. Make sure that you're following their socials. Make sure you're following Verdict, of course, so you don't miss onto that notification. And until the next one, I gotta say thank you for the invite, and thank you guys once again for watching.
Well, we're gonna get geared up for a raid right quick. We are gonna be hitting the man, Mod 6 himself. So tell him Verdict sent you, and absolutely, you know, ask him. Wagwan. I saw it in chat earlier. I was like, man, how am I gonna get incorporated with the Wagwan? Right? That's my you know, EU side of me coming out. The top boy. Watch too much of it. Day hates it. But you guys, I know you're going to love it. So get geared up for that raid. Mod 6 right on deck.